You know, it's like the more I cover this case, the more the grifters steal. Welcome to Ringo TV, the number one source of coverage on the Ashlee Jenae case. YouTuber Fumi released another video basically stealing material again. And I want to cover the content that she put out so that you viewers don't get deceived again. My hope is that people are being educated, because it's like this case with Ashlee have been hijacked by grifters who don't have anything to tell you. So what they do is they grift, and they make it seem as if though they care about Ashlee when they don't. I did a live stream last night, and I was talking about the lies that are being told, and a lot of agents pulled up into my live stream and in my comment section, and they were focusing on stuff that makes no sense. It was like, Ringo, Fumi didn't lie. They do be accepting bribes in Africa. Fumi never lied, Ringo. And in my mind, I'm like, when did I say anything about a bribe being a lie? I never said that. That's called gaslighting. It is when people play with your intelligence like you stupid. When I talked about the lies, I'm talking about these content creators making up stories by saying they have a source in Africa, by talking about Joe McCann's money, making up stories that this happened and that happened, and they're listening to psychics and mediums telling them this, and they're spreading all this misinformation. Those are the lies that I'm talking about. Fumi said in her video that Ashlee Jenae's parents should use the GoFundMe money to bribe people in Africa. If that don't speak volumes of the corruption in Africa, I don't know what else to say. Then on top of that, to have insult to injury, you have folks that are African, they're mad with me. They're coming into my comments and they're like, Ringo, I like your videos, but you're tarnishing an entire group of people. And in my mind, I'm like, when did I do that? Fumi is African, right? And she said that in Africa, everything is about money. You have to bribe people to get what you want. That's what Fumi said. So why the fuck you mad with me when an African woman said that about your people? That has nothing to do with me. See, the issue that I got is that people have selective hearing. What you're really mad about is the fact that the truth is coming out, but it's coming from Ringo TV. And all of these grifters, they're upset because I'm exposing them for not staying on code in regards to the Ashlee Jenae case. These YouTubers just want to make money. I already said this 1,000 times. YouTube is a business. Everybody want to make money, but making money by exploiting a woman's death, by lying, and that's your way to make money, that's bad business. So don't come at me saying, but you're doing videos, you're making money from videos, and you're making money by going to your job. And we're talking about people that are lying, exploiting Ashlee Jenae's death for profit. All of my content been 100% on point. All of these grifters, they give you lies every day. Every single day. Every day they're going to give you a lie. And they're all copying each other. Why do you folks watch Fumi? Fumi do not make content. She copies what she hears from other people. And because she has a big platform, she automatically gets views. So she's getting free money by regurgitating what she hears from other people. And now she's piggybacking off of what I talk about. And I'm not going to sit back and watch these grifters steal my intellectual properties and go to their platforms and act as if though they're educating the YouTube community. Because when I talk about these topics, I'm using my skills in my research to do the job. And you got these lazy ass YouTubers who are not educated, didn't graduate from high school, and what they do is they grift. They look at other people that know how to talk, that break things down good, and they steal from them. Do you understand? Similar to a designer handbag, but when you go to the African stand in New York City, you see a bunch of fake bags on that stand. When you go to the Asian man stand, you see a bunch of fake knockoff bags. Do you see my point? They're stealing from the source. And that's what's going on right now. They repeat themselves. You got these YouTubers now saying that Ashlee and Jenae was never separated. Everybody got that from me. Everybody got that from me. That's my research. That's my intellectual property. But they twist the narrative, and now, because of some woman named Sheba, they're saying that she got some word from somebody in Zanzibar that told her that they were never separated. That's a lie. Did Sheba go to the FBI yet? Did she go? Did she go to the FBI and report that someone in Zanzibar is saying X, Y, and Z? Of course not, because it's not true. It's fake. They're getting the information from me. Right now, Fumi is saying, I wonder if Ashlee's organs is intact. I wonder. I don't know if her organs is intact. Now she's talking about organs now. Who been telling you folks that the organ's been compromised? Ringo TV. Who been telling you this? Who told you about the autopsy and how they'll open your body, take out your parts, and then there's a possibility that they put old parts in Ashlee's body and shipped it back to the United States? I told y'all this already. But these grifters, if you're not smart enough to catch them, they're going to now tell you things that I already done talked about. As a viewer and a listener to this case, we don't want you guys to be deceived, manipulated by people that don't have no original thought. When I speak on this case, I'm using my intellect. I'm breaking things down to the smallest molecule so you guys can figure these things out so it can make sense. Right now, Fumi is in the clouds watching me right now. That's right. Do you understand? Sheba's on the sidelines watching from the shadows. All of these content creators are watching. And they're trying to figure out what's the next grift, what's the next thing to steal in order to get a meal. But nobody really cares about Ashlee Jenae's justice. That's the problem I got. None of these folks are sincere. None of these folks are thinking about that. Ashlee going underground this week. She's going underground because the parents sold out. I already told you guys, I don't trust the family. They already been bought and paid for by Joe. So the way we look at it right now, Ashlee's not going to get no justice, fam. Number one, because her family, they're not doing their job. I'm doing more work for Ashlee than her own family. Y'all know that already. Her family ain't doing nothing. Not a thing. You understand? They never went to Africa. They stole the money from the people. They're not taking heed to none of the things I'm saying. They don't have Ashlee's phone, her personal belongings. They're not in communication with Joe. So that means they working with Joe. They've been paid and bought already. And you got these content creators now that are grifting, and people are mad at me because I'm pointing it out. They mad at me because I'm pointing out that an African woman been exploiting black women this whole time. Talking about, especially to my American sisters, my American black women sisters. She don't got no love for you, fam. I already told you, the people in the other nations don't give a fuck about you ladies, bro. I don't know why y'all keep getting mad at me. Because I'm raw and uncut and I'm trying to tell y'all the truth. All these nations been hijacking our people, harvesting our energy, stealing from our talents, stealing from our inventions, and benefiting off everything we do. Even when we die, they benefit. And when I speak the truth, rather than folks support the content, rather than folks support the real talk, they just keep getting mad at me. Why? Makes no sense. Makes no sense at all. Right? So now we're going to get into this content here, break down this video. Make sure y'all hit that like button because it's like, it's very frustrating, man, that viewers are still deceived. Nobody should be watching Fumi. Nobody should be watching Sheba. Anytime these people talk about Ashlee Jenae, turn that shit off because all they do is lie every damn day. All they do is regurgitate things that they hear. That's all they do. They don't care. Do you understand what that means? I don't think you understand, man, how YouTube is like it's an evil place, man. It's an evil place where people come online and they act like they care about people. Have you ever had anybody that act like they liked you? Have you ever had anybody that was around you and they act like they had love for you, but you later found out that they were a snake? And the whole time you thinking this person was true blue, they were a snake the whole time. They never had no love for you. They were using you for your energy. That's what's going on right now. So listen to this tape, guys. I'm going to show you what they're doing. I'm going to show you the lies. I'm going to show you the manipulation. I don't know what's going on with the chat because I don't even see the chat. Chat must have disappeared. But if you're in the building, shout out to everybody that joined the show. So let me play the tape, see what's going on.
Hey guys, I just wanted to hop on here quickly to provide a quick little update on the death of Ashlee Robinson. If you guys haven't heard by now, it is true. Her remains are back here in the United States with her family. Her father shared this with me on Friday, and he says right now their focus is just planning her.
Are people even in the live show right now? I need to know. Are people even here? Because I don't even see the chat moving. And I told you guys, when y'all come into these shows, be active. Some of y'all just be sitting back stunned and not moving, not talking, not saying nothing. I need to know that people are even here. Like for real, for real. Because I don't see nothing moving. I don't even know what's going on here. Chat ain't moving. Nothing is moving. I don't know what's going on. It's like it's just stuck. And I'm talking and I don't even see nothing going on. This is crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. Live chat is not even working. Anyway, let me just do the content. Just know this. If you are trying to respond to me in a live chat, I can't even see your comments. The live chat is not even moving. It's not working. I don't even know if I'm live right now. But let's just go. Funeral, which they are hoping to have sometime early next week. And what's also new is that over the weekend, the family says they did have an independent autopsy done and they are waiting for those results. I also asked about the autopsy that was done in Zanzibar, and the family says that they never received those results. You guys have been really desperate for updates, and I've been responding to people who have reached out directly. But the truth is, there's really no new information, which is why I haven't done another report. And you guys may have seen that some of Ashlee's belongings, such as her engagement ring, are missing. That is true. However, that's just not the family's focus as of now. Their focus is planning this funeral and getting answers about what happened to Ashlee. But of course, if I do get any more information, I'll relay it. I've been speaking to her dad almost every single day, just trying to stay updated on all of the developments. They still say they have not heard from her fiance, Joe McCann, and they also still say they have not spoken directly to a lot of the officials over in Zanzibar. Their really only direct contact has been with the embassy. So that's the latest. Her remains are back in the United States, and the family is planning her homegoing service.
Zanzibar did not even respect the Robinson family. The audacity to not give them the results of the autopsy report. In essence, well, they're not coming. We can do whatever we want. Her organs, are they even intact? I just feel I feel like it's me, like it's right here. Oh my God, I would have gone. It couldn't be me.
Now, did you hear what she just said? I'm going to play it back to show you that Fumi is now copying the very things that I already done talked about 1,000 times. But she did it in a slick way. And I'm going to break down all of this stuff because these people right here are dangerous, man. And it's like viewers just don't get it. You guys watch these YouTube videos and y'all don't understand the war that is going on right now for your mind. This is called a grifter. A grifter, a person who literally is taken advantage of. It's like you're basically swindling the people. Basically just swindling the people, lying to the people, gaslighting the people for profit. Acting like you care about a topic, acting like you care about a person, but you don't. It is about money. Let me explain this to you, fam, and this is just real talk. If you were to go to Fumi and ask her, hey, Fumi, turn off monetization and come on every day and talk about Ashlee Jenae. Could you do that for the whole month? Just talk about Ashlee. Talk about how much you love Ashlee and you care and you want justice. But turn off monetization. Turn it off. Would she do it? There will be no motivation. That's my point. Not even for a week. Because it's all about money. And a lot of y'all watching these AI videos, man. Do you know how many AI videos are out right now? And y'all all in the comments. I see it. Y'all in the comments responding to AI videos with an AI voice. Faceless YouTube channels that are lying like crazy. You got a video going around right now. It got over 100,000 views. The video is monetized. The person probably made $5,000 on that one video. And they're saying that Joe McCann had HIV. And for whatever reason, he gave the HIV to Ashlee Jenae. That's pure bullshit. And you folks keep eating that shit. It's a fucking lie. But y'all viewing it. And that platform that published that garbage received $5,000 cash off of a lie. I don't know what it is with viewers, bro. Y'all support the grifters, the people that are genuine, that are sincerely trying to focus on this case and speak on these matters. You don't support them. You support the people that lie. There are so many lies right now. Lies about Ashlee doing this, lies about that. I seen one person, they used AI and made a video of Ashlee in a room, and for some reason she was recording, and for some reason somebody grabbed her camera and you saw her like fighting. They're using AI to make up this garbage now. These people don't care. Everything is content. They don't care that woman is dead. When an American black woman dies, grifters come out of nowhere and they start acting like they have compassion. When have you ever seen this woman make videos concerning African women? When? When does she make videos talking about how much love she got for African women and how she want to help African women and teach No. Everything for her is American black women. That's how the grift works. They act like they love you. And that's what she's doing in regards to Ashlee. She don't care about Ashlee. She don't care about Shanquella Robinson. She don't care about none of these black women that got unalive. It's a money grab. And viewers need to understand that. Let's get back to this content so I can break this thing down for you. Listen to this. Listen to how she talks.
The audacity to not give them the results of the autopsy report.
She said the audacity of Zanzibar not giving the results, right? But this is the same woman that told us that in Zanzibar, in order to get anything, you have to bribe people with money. So I don't know why she's acting like she's surprised that the autopsy results weren't given yet. She's the same one who said Ashlee Jenae's family need to use the GoFundMe money to bribe people in Africa. Let me get the tape for you, for those of you that don't believe the things that I say. Give me a minute. Let me see where we at. Here we go. This is it? Yeah. Check it out. Let me fast forward a little bit. Let's go.
Travel to a country that they've never been before. They have to make arrangements for their daughter to come back home. And because they are going to a foreign country, because they're going to Africa, they're going to have money to bribe. They're going to have money to bribe.
You hear that?
They're going to have money to bribe. They're going to have money to bribe. I'm just letting you, the family, know now.
You see that? Fumi said that Ashlee Jenae's family need to use the GoFundMe money to bribe people in Africa to get what they want. That's what she basically said. You understand that? To bribe people. So we cannot trust nothing that's going on in Africa at this point. That's why I told you the entire story is fake. I'm the one who told you. I told you that Joe McCann and Ashlee was never separated into different rooms. I told you this, guys, days ago. Then you got this damn Shiva woman talking about, oh yeah, I received some information from Zanzibar. My source told me that Joe and Ashlee was never separate. Man, that's bullshit. You got it from me. You got that info from me. But because I'm a black man and you hate black men, you want to act like you done told these people some new info that you getting from Zanzibar. If you got a so-called source in Zanzibar, did you tell Ashlee's family Did you give that to the FBI in the United States? Of course not, because you're a liar. And because people love gossip, they'll continue to flock to hear the lie. And now every other day, all she got to do is pop up a video and say, hey guys, I'm back again with another Ashlee Jenae update. My source in Zanzibar just informed me that Joe is on the run. And basically, he is hiding somewhere in Africa. Do you see how that go? And y'all will eat it up because y'all believe lies. None of the stuff these YouTubers are telling you is coming from the news. None of it. All these YouTubers that are lying and grifting, all of them are telling you that they're getting information from Zanzibar, a place where all these people speak Swahili, but for some reason, they're communicating with Americans. They're on phone calls with Americans, speaking English, good English. All lies. You understand? So now, let me get back to her video. Let me keep this the live chat from the desktop so I can be able to see it. Right? I don't know what's going on with my phone. Can everybody hear my audio good? Because the last live stream that I did, the audio was bad. You could still hear me, but the audio was not good. And when I asked you guys, was the audio good? Y'all said, yeah, the audio is good. The audio is trash. It wasn't good. I was very disappointed. So I need to know that the audio is good. Right? Y'all on the receiving end. So now let me get back to this and play this particular tape. As you get into the building, hit the like button.
Zanzibar did not even respect the Robinson family. The audacity to not give them the results of the autopsy report. In essence, well, they're not coming. We could do whatever we want. Her organs, are they even intact?
You heard what she just said? Her organs, are they even intact? Fumi, you full of shit. Why don't you just say you watch Ringo TV? That's the type of stuff that is very irritating to me, man. It's like these people, they watch you, but they don't acknowledge you. This is something that's been happening to me on social media since day one. I'm very good at breaking down stories, news stories, crime stories, very good. People be watching me in the clouds daily, taking notes, writing down everything I say. And because I'm able to make people think, these YouTubers, they really don't have no intellect. They don't have no thought patterns of their own. So what they do is they follow what I talk about, and they never come up and say, let me react to Ringo TV's video. Ringo TV said so and so and so. Hey guys, breaking news update. Ringo made a very good point talking about the organs of Ashlee and are they intact? That's why I always say I don't rock with these YouTubers because they full of shit. They really are. That's why it's up to you viewers, because here's the thing. With the amount of work that I'm doing in regards to the Ashlee Jenae case, right? I'm supposed to get my flowers for my contributions. I should be rewarded for my work. But yet these grifters, they're coming in, taking my coverage, my news that I put out there, my work, and they're regurgitating it on their big platforms, and their viewers are praising them like, wow, you're so good, Fumi. You're right. What happened to her organs? Could you tell us what happened to her organs, Fumi? Watch and see. Fumi's next 2, 3 videos, 4 or 5 videos, she's going to start to blend in talking about the organs of Ashlee Jenae. They're going to continue to push this nonsense of, oh, somebody in Zanzibar said that they weren't separated, when really everybody got it from me. But none of these folks is focusing on Ashlee's justice. They keep making up lies about Joe McCann. They keep listening to psychic mediums. When is it going to stop? When are viewers going to educate themselves? I already told you guys, Nobody on YouTube is covering the case of Ashlee Jenae like Ringo TV. From day one, all my videos been 100% authentic, real content breaking down the case. Anybody that is in the feds, anybody that's in law enforcement, all you got to do is listen to my video, the first video all the way through. I already solved the case already. Case already been solved. But what grifters do, because they don't got anything to talk about, they got to find and scavenge what they see other people do. You get it? So rather than reacting to Ringo TV, they don't want to do that because they don't want you viewers to know who I am. A lot of you who discovered my platform, it's like a breath of fresh air for some of you. And the reason why it took you so long to discover my platform in regards to the Ashlee Jenae case is because of these damn grifters. These grifters are blocking the door. These grifters are taking up all the space with their lies. So the people that are speaking the truth, they get lost in the shuffle. Those of you that truly just found my platform and you've been liking my content, the reason why it took you so long to discover the platform is because of these devils who harvest energy off the dead. Ashlee was murdered. They turned it into a spectacle. They turned it into a circus. They turned it into a movie series where every day they make up a new lie to keep you coming back. A new update. Even though the news media haven't given you anything. The news media didn't give us nothing, right? But every day, these YouTubers come up with, I'm receiving word from Zanzibar from my source, but they haven't told Ashlee's parent about the source. They haven't contacted law enforcement to tell them about the source. They're protecting the sources. Why would a source from Zanzibar contact American YouTubers to give them free information on what's going on in Zanzibar when Zanzibar or in Africa, it takes money to get what you want? So why people in Zanzibar contact content creators in the United States and give them free information for no money? If anything, they'll sell that information. Use your brain, fam. Use your brain. It don't take you that long to figure it out. All these people do is lie all day. That's why I told you, those of you that follow that Sheba lady, she's a liar. They're all liars. Listen, let me play back the tape again because I'm trying to educate the viewers so y'all stay on point. But it's like y'all like being lied to and then y'all keep getting mad at me, right? Listen to this tape again so y'all can all be up to speed on what's going on.
But in another country, it means that the family have to leave their jobs and take care of this. There's going to be financial restraints. They have to travel to a country that they've never been before. They have to make arrangements for their daughter to come back home. And because they're going to a foreign country, because they're going to Africa,
Because they're going to Africa, what, Fumi?
To have money to bribe. They're going to have money to bribe. They're going to have money to bribe.
Right.
They're going to have money to bribe. I'm just letting you, the family, know now.
So you're going to have money to bribe the African people in order to get what you want. So why would an African from Zanzibar, whatever, contact American YouTubers to give them free information? Make it make sense, gang. Use your brain. She's telling Ashlee's family, you're going to need money to bribe people in Africa to get what you want. So why would anybody in Zanzibar contact a YouTuber to give them free information about what's going on with the Ashlee Jenae case? Those particular Africans would be dumbasses, because if I were them, I'll be literally charging you for that information. That don't even make no sense. Free information? But if I'm in Africa, I need to bribe them with money to get what I want. That don't add up. That's how you know all those YouTubers are lying. They're all lying. You know? They're lying, guys. And that's the point. See, let me explain something to the dumbasses that keep coming in here telling me that she's telling the truth. Stop being dumb, please. At no point did I say that this woman is lying about people bribing people. I never said that. Stop having selective hearing. Do you understand me? When I speak of this woman lying, it is the false information that they keep publishing. When it comes to people bribing people, bribery is wrong. Why would she say that Ashlee's family need to take your GoFundMe money that you sent them to bribe anybody? That's cool with you? So you gotta bribe African people to give you the truth? How do you know they're giving you the truth if you had to bribe them? Hey, to the African people, man, could you give me some information about the truth in regards to my daughter? She was murdered, right? Oh, that's gonna cost you some money. That's gonna cost you plenty money. Plenty money that's gonna cost you. Money? Yeah, hey. On Doomsday, they're telling me it's gonna cost him plenty money. You give us 50,000 American dollar. All right, I'll pay for it. Tell me what happened to my daughter. Okay. Your daughter, she went into the room and we find a rope and they kill her. You believe that? If I gotta pay somebody, if I gotta bribe somebody to give me information, they're not gonna give me the information that is actual factual. They're gonna make up a lie. Because if that's the case, Joe can use the same method. Joe can bribe the Africans to set up this whole narrative so that he could get off the case. This don't make no sense, man. This don't make no sense at all. Somebody said that's not the accent. Of course, I'm not African. Who cares? The point is, in Africa, according to this African, she said you gotta bribe people to get what you want. So if that's something that makes you proud, if that's something that makes you feel good about yourself, if that's something that makes you a prideful person, that sucks. That in your land, you gotta bribe them to get what you want. So if that's the case, Ashlee's not getting no justice. She can't. Because you gotta bribe Africans, which means there's no honor. There's no honor. There's no truth. Everything is about money. Everything is about money. She said that. You got to bribe them. So if you gotta bribe them to get the truth, how do you know the autopsy was done the correct way? How do you know that Ashlee's organs weren't compromised and tampered with? I talked about this 1,000 times. Y'all don't believe me. Listen, guys, I don't know what's wrong with the mindset of viewers that not listening. If you have to bribe the people in Africa to get what you want, that means you can't trust them. Because the information they'll give you after you pay them, it doesn't mean it's the truth. They could tell you whatever they want to tell you. And because you're dumb enough to pay them, you'll believe it. I ain't paying nobody nothing. If you don't have no honor to tell me the truth of what happened to my daughter, then I ain't paying you no money. You got to be an idiot to pay some Africans a bunch of money so they could give you the truth. Where's their honor? That means you can't even trust the law enforcement. Because based on what I'm hearing, you can bribe law enforcement too. That's crazy. And you folks are going over these places for vacations? I would never go there. I would never go there. Never. And remember, She's an African, and she said this. Let me rewind it back. Because people keep acting like I said something. I ain't say nothing. I'm playing the tape on what an African said about what goes down in Africa. Let's go.
And take care of this. There's going to be financial restraints. They have to travel to a country that they've never been before. They have to make arrangements for their daughter to come back home. And because they're going to a foreign country, because they're going to Africa, they're going to have money to bribe. They're going to have money to bribe. They're going to have money to bribe.
You hear that? They're going to have money to bribe. So how is Ashlee to get a fair investigation in Africa if you have to have money to bribe? How can anybody tell us that Joe was detained, right? And they were talking to him about what was going on if you need money? Think about that. Joe got money. So Joe most likely bribed his way out of it. You see how that worked? Money talk, BS walk. Even if Joe is guilty, all Joe had to do is pay them some money. He's free to go. Because this woman just told you the game. You need to have money to bribe them. So if that's the case, the investigation that they claim they had for Ashlee, it's bull crap. It's not real, guys. It's not real. Because everything is based on money. I can't trust nothing that's coming out of Zanzibar. I would never trust nothing coming out from over there. If you got to bribe people in a case where a young lady was murdered, an American woman, it's not worth paying nobody. It's not paying nobody in Africa because they're not going to give you the truth. They're going to lie to you. Because if you got to pay them, that means Joe already paid them. And she knows it. She already knows Joe already paid them. See, this is why you guys have to understand, right? Joe have millions of dollars. He ain't just going to get locked up in Africa and stay there as a white man. This woman said that the white man is worshipped in Africa, that he's looked upon as God in Africa. So if you think that they really detained Joe, that's a lie. Joe got money. You ain't detaining the white man. Sorry, that's not happening. Listen, you got poor white men that go to Africa and they get treated like kings. As soon as they see the white skin, they worship them. This is a fact. So imagine a rich white man with millions of dollars. As soon as he come down here, he snap his finger. Everybody come running to him, calling him massa. You heard her in the video. She even said it. She said that they call the white man massa. We already reviewed the video yesterday. I was like, wow. And she's married to a white man too. She didn't marry a African king. No, she married a white man. That's crazy, man.
They're going to have money to bribe.
If you need money to bribe, how is that going to help Ashlee's case? So if Ashlee's family want her phone, they got to bribe the Africans. They can't request it. You can't request it because they're not going to give it to you. You got to bribe them for it. You got to pay them money in order to get it back. That's sad, man. That means that there's no real justice. There's no justice, guys. So while we sitting back thinking that the people in Zanzibar are going to do the right thing, right? They're not. There's no honor. Get it through your head, ladies and gentlemen. If you have to bribe people over there to get what you want, that means there's no honor. There's no truth. You understand? That means whoever have money, they experience freedom. Whoever have money, they can murder someone and be free. All you got to do is pay the police. You could pay the embassy. You could pay whoever you want to pay. That's crazy, man. That doesn't make no sense. Somebody says blame the victim for not wanting to be victimized more. I don't know what you're talking about, blame the victim, because nobody here is talking about blaming the victim. My content is in defense of Ashlee Jenae. I don't know what you're talking about. What I'm against is these grifters that are milking the system and lying about the case of Ashlee Jenae and stealing my intellectual property, never giving source credit. You know, like how when you speak on something, you credit the source and you make people know who that person is. But don't try to act like you're intelligent and the things you've been saying in your videos that it came from you when you were just watching me. That's what Sheba did. That's what Fumi's doing. You understand? It may not mean nothing to you because you're not a content creator. So you don't give a fuck. But me, this is what I do. People recognize me for my ability to actually break down content, break down videos, and do research, independent research. And when I do my research and study these cases and I come up with my thoughts, these are my thoughts. The thoughts is not coming from no chat GBT. It's not coming from no other YouTuber. It's me using my own brain. So when people go and steal what I tell you guys and try to package it as if though they told you something new, I got a problem with that because that's taking food from my plate. Do you understand me? It's no different than if you're in college and you're doing a particular test or an exam and somebody's literally copying what you're doing. You literally study for this thing. You bust your ass trying to get this thing together. Whole time that person next to you watching everything you're doing. They finish before you, turn their paper in. The professor's looking at it. Then you turn in yours. They look at yours and look at that person's. Now they asking you why you were copying from Jennifer. I wasn't copying from Jennifer. I did this myself. No, you didn't. You were copying from Jennifer. I'm failing you. Happens all the time. So for those of you that don't understand how this is affecting this Ashlee Jenae case, when you have people that are lying, stealing, manipulating information, making up new information, it's too much garbage out here right now. You got videos published claiming that Joe had HIV and he gave it to Ashlee. That's why he killed her. You have another video saying Joe got caught with a bunch of women and Ashlee got mad and hit him, so he killed her. And y'all eating these lies up. Y'all go to these videos every day. These videos are getting hundreds of thousands of views. So obviously you believe it. A video don't get hundreds of thousands of views unless the people are engaging with that video. None of you ever questioned and said, wait a minute. No news media said that Joe had HIV. Where are they getting this from? And why that voice sound the same on every video? Because it's AI generated. I'm trying to get people to actually listen to the content. It's like, it's like people are entertained because Ashlee's dead, y'all. What has happened to us? That we're entertained by someone who's dead. It's entertainment to you. You're entertained. It's amusing. You're amused because somebody's dead. That's the world we're in right now. People are entertained. These are entertainers. They're entertaining you with Ashlee's death. They come on with some more entertainment. Ashlee's dead, guys. Let's celebrate. Let's make a new video. Let's lie. And everybody believe it. So now the people that are truly fighting for her justice, when they speak the truth, nobody ain't listening because they're listening to the lies. Listen, Listen to this mess.
Just feels so, I feel like it's me, like it's right here. Oh my God, I would.
Hold on, let me rewind this back.
In essence, well, they're not coming. We could do whatever we want. Her organs, are they even intact?
Notice, her organs, are they even intact? When have you heard Fumi talking about her organs? She never talked about that, guys. Y'all know. Where did she get that from? Where did Fumi get the thoughts of her organs? Why is she talking about that? Because she's watching Ringo TV. All I'm saying, gang, is this. If you're a viewer, you're supposed to recognize real from fake. And when you see people talking about things that another creator is talking about, you need to question that person and be like, hold up, wait a minute. Ringo been saying for the longest that Ashlee's organs been tampered with, they've been compromised. If I gotta pay Africans and bribe them in order for them to be honest with me, how can I trust that the autopsy they did, that they didn't compromise my daughter's organs? Them organs were compromised, fam. Ain't no telling if they took out her good organs to sell on the black market. You don't know what they're doing. If you gotta bribe people in a country, you can't trust them. You can't trust them. I don't trust nothing going on in Africa, fam. Nothing. After hearing what she said, that you gotta bribe people to get what you want, that means there's no honor. That means if an African seen a woman get killed, he won't tell me the truth. He won't tell me. I have to pay him for him to be honest. If that's good, if that's something that is good to you folks, and you can't see the corruption, I don't know what's the matter with you. Something wrong with you.
I just feel so, I feel like it's me, like it's right here. Oh my.
Let me fast forward it because she got this damn demon on the screen. Let me get to the point. Okay, let's see what we got.
Hello, my darling Fumi Nation. How are you? How are we? Do I have a tale to tell you?
Notice she have a tale to tell you. You see what I mean? Stories. A tale. Tales from the dark side. Not no truth. Just something to entertain you.
Do I have a what? Do I have a tale to tell you? We are here with yet another story of the beautiful Ashlee Jenae Robinson. And she is going to be laid to rest on the 5th of May. And as you very well know, there's a community out here that's keeping her story alive.
No, there's not a... see, here's the thing. Guys, we got to get past this idea of keeping her story alive. Right? Listen to me carefully. Listen to me carefully moving forward. I want everybody to pay attention to what I just said. We're not supposed to be keeping her story alive. We're supposed to be solving the case. These grifters want to keep the story alive so they can keep getting paid. We need to solve the case so the case is closed. You see the difference between Ringo TV and the grifter? The grifter says we got to keep it alive. Now, I get it. Talking about the story, keeping it in the algorithm so people can have conversations. Yeah, that's a good thing. But she want to keep it alive. Why? So she can eat. She don't want the case to be solved. She know the case is not going to be solved. Guys, listen to me very carefully. This woman said you got to pay Africans and bribe them to get what you want. So she already know how it go. She know this case will never be solved. She knows. But if you keep it alive, all you got to do is keep talking about it every day, every day, every day, every day, while she get paid. But nothing's happening. Everybody that is viewing these videos, Do you folks even go to the parents' Instagram pages and say, yo, why y'all don't watch Ringo TV's videos? He's giving you guys a lot of information that you should be listening to get your daughter's phone back. Like, what do you folks do? Like, do you not realize Ashlee will never get justice if you folks are not doing your part? I don't think y'all understand. When I make these videos and I'm breaking stuff down, making sense, do you folks even go to the parents and be like, hey, there's this YouTuber, he's putting out a lot of information. I think you need to get your daughter's phone. I don't know why y'all burying your daughter so soon. I mean, do y'all go there and say the things that you hear me talk about? Do you go to their parents and say, is Ashlee's organs intact? Did they compromise her organs? Because there's no way Ashlee's going to get justice. Joe is never going to get arrested if the parents is not doing their part. I can't get Joe arrested. I can't. It's the parents that got to have an internal investigation. The parents got to make noise. The parents got to go to Zanzibar. The parents got to do this work. If the parents is not working and going out there and doing what they need to do, how is Ashlee going to get the justice that she deserves? This woman ain't getting no justice for Ashlee. She's trying to get her money. That's what she care about. Selling shirts, getting money off of the deaths of Black women. That's what she cares about.
And I have mentioned a whole bunch of other YouTube journalists out here that are just simply phenomenal and amazing.
She ain't mentioning nobody. She ain't mentioning me at all. Listen to this. Listen again.
Out here that's keeping her story alive. And I have mentioned a whole bunch of other YouTube journalists out here.
No, she ain't mentioned Ringo TV. That's the problem. These other people are not journalists. They're grifters. Because they're getting their info from Ringo TV. But they don't acknowledge Ringo TV. This is why you viewers that view me, that know the things that I talk about in regards to this case, if you really respect my work, if you really respect my time and the amount of time I put into this case, all the things I've revealed, all of the questions, all of the points that I've made to make you think, if you really respect the work that I do, when you hear this woman talking and you hear other people copying, you should be in their video saying, stop copying Ringo. You don't give them no credit. We know you watching them. We know you folks are learning everything from this man. And y'all don't even acknowledge him. But when you look, they're shouting each other out. You're going to see her shouting out Sheba. She worships Sheba, shouts her out all the time. But Sheba get her info from me. Fumi knows. But it's not about justice for Ashlee with these people. That is why they don't tell nobody about Ringo TV. Why? Because if Fumi was to mention Ringo TV, nobody would watch Fumi no more. Because once they come watch my videos, they're going to realize I'm the source. What's the point of watching third-hand information? Second-hand information? These people don't got a brain. Anything that comes from Fumi's platform, she heard it from other people. That's all she do. And you folks be listening to her like she's teaching something. She's regurgitating. I recently had a situation on YouTube with another YouTuber that I had to cut off because the dude was copying everything I do, gang. I would make a video. This guy would fire up a video, do the same video, and say the same things that I do. And it was pissing me off because I'm like, bro, do your own thing, man. Stop trying to do what I do. Because it was confusing my viewers because they were like, oh, they must be working together. And I'm not working together. I'm doing my own thing. You know? This is what makes investigators and people that are teachers stand out from other people. But when people are trying to be you and mimic what you do, they're stealing from your energy. And that's what they're doing. She don't care about Ashlee Jenae. I keep telling you, take all YouTubers that's talking about Ashlee Jenae right now. right? And especially these grifters. Tell them to turn off monetization, but talk about Ashlee. They're not going to do that. The money is important. They're not going to do that. You see what I mean? They won't be up for that challenge. No. Because the motivation is not going to be there. They're not going to go live if nothing is being earned. Do you see that? All these AI channels talking about Ashlee Jenae. Why do y'all watch these people? You don't even see a face, and y'all in the channels. Let me see if I can get this video. Give me a minute. Watch this. Let me see if I can find this video for y'all. Let me see if I can get this thing real quick. Joe McCann. Joe McCann, HIV. Let me see if I can pull this up. Okay, where we at? This is just some crazy stuff, man. Absolutely crazy. And people are buying the lies, man. They're buying all of this mess. Where is the video? Did they take it down? Give me a minute. Let me look some more. Make sure you hit that like button, guys. The truth exposed. Is this it? Yeah. This is another video. Leaked. Let me see. Now listen to this.
Now Ashlee Jenae's body is finally back in the U.S.
Finally!
All of this right here. Hold on. I'm going to put it on the screen. Just so I can show you this. Right? This is the type of stuff that really pisses me off, guys. Like, seriously. Give me a minute. Let me set this thing up here. Yeah, let me put the camera back on. Now, I want you to listen to this. All right, just listen to this for a little bit.
We want justice for Ashlee, but we also want this to be a teachable moment. Yes, we want justice for Ashlee. Yes, Joe McCann is a piece of... Yes, we do believe that he cited her.
Okay, but did you guys hear what Sloan Bella was saying about this Ashlee Jenae and Joe?
When you see videos like this, guys, this is grift. This is what you call a grift. Sloan Bella, a median psychic, you have a woman promoting her. What are we doing? This is all drama-filled gossip. This is a game. People are spitting on Ashlee's grave, fam.
Situation.
Look at this guy.
She just dropped a video on YouTube, and it's extremely heartbreaking. This man was allegedly involved in some dark web.
Notice a woman is believing what Sloan Bella said in regards to Joe McCann being involved on the dark web. No proof, nothing to substantiate these points, no documents, no receipts, but people believe it. Let's go.
We are going to expose Joe for who and what he is. It's also unfortunately going to expose Ashlee for what she was doing.
Guys, what if I told you this whole Ashlee Jenae situation?
You hear that voice? That's AI. That's AI, guys. Whenever you hear that voice on a video, that's AI. There are dozens of channels that are doing this.
Might be way deeper than what we were first told. Because right now, people aren't just questioning how she died. They're starting to question who she was really with. And
all of this is AI. All of that is AI. Y'all eat this stuff up. This is AI content.
The reason this is blowing up like crazy is because there are now claims floating.
That's not a real person. That's all AI, man. That's the stuff that irritates me about YouTube, is that people that are really genuinely talking about this case for real, they're competing with AI and grifters.
Floating around that Ashlee's fiance, Joe McCann, may have been hiding a whole side of his life, and some people are convinced she found out right before everything went.
All of that is AI. How much views the video got 3 days ago? 17,000 views. 14,000 comments, 2,800 likes, and all you folks are watching AI. When you look at the comments, everybody is dumb in the comments. This stuff is sick. It is absolutely sick how people can lie. And the video leaked docs expose Ashlee Jenae's fiance is HIV positive, gave it to Ashlee. That's the title, gang. That's the title of a video. This is crazy. That's the title of the video. Absolutely sick. Leaked documents expose Ashlee Jenae's fiance is HIV positive, gave it to Ashlee. And people so dumb they believe it. This is the type of stuff that we got out here. Give me a minute. Let me go look at another video, guys, to show you how the grifting keep going on and on and on and on. On and on and on and on, guys. When is it going to stop? When are the lies going to stop? Let me find you another one.
More I'm listening to.
Let me see. This is another one. More grift. Let me pull this one up. More grifts. More lies. Here we go.
About what's coming out about Ashlee Jenae, the more I'm starting to realize that A, she really didn't know this man. She really didn't know him. B, nor did the parents.
We are getting some breaking news in the death investigation of New Jersey influencer and content creator Ashlee Robinson, popularly known as Ashlee Jenae. Authorities say the investigation remains active and law enforcement sources confirm new developments are being pursued. We also have a new disturbing details tonight on her fiancé, Joe McCann. Stay with us as we bring you the updates.
His public bio said 24 years.
All of this stuff is AI, fam. This is all AI content. And this is what's flooding YouTube right now. I don't know why YouTube allowed AI, fam. Like, seriously. It's the worst thing they ever did. The worst thing YouTube ever did is allow people to use AI. That stuff should be banned completely. It is lazy content because they're not creative. These people don't come on camera. They don't record nothing. They don't have no thought patterns. They just let robotic voices do all the work. And they use images and they put it all together and people watch the videos. People just keep watching these videos and it's sad. And I could go on and on and on, guys. I'm going to find one more just to show my point. One more I'm going to give you. Let me see what we got. Is this one? Let's see. Ashlee fiance Joe detained. Nah, that's not one. Let's get new disturbing update. Ashlee Jenae case. Joe McCann wasn't just hiding. Secret marriage. What? Let's see what this garbage is here. Oh, they have a disclaimer on it, so I'm not going to play that. Let me see. Let me find one more. Oh, I know what I'll do. Let me just type in Ashlee Jenae. Make sure you hit the like button, guys, as soon as you come in. Ashlee Jenae. And see what else we get here. Ashlee Jenae, the secret evidence, Tanzanians hiding. Oh, this is other crazy woman, Tissa Tales. Let's look at her garbage. Let's look at what she's doing. All right. Hold on. Let me get past this ad. Let me get past this. All of this stuff is all grift. Let me see.
Held in Zanzibar by investigators.
Do you believe Joe McCann had something to do with your daughter's death?
Let me fast forward this garbage. And we've seen those news clips 1,000 times. None of this stuff is saying nothing. Let me see.
No recourse. Baby, I'm not convinced this investigation is being handled the way it should. And let me show you why.
Sheriff Rick, they are desperate for those answers.
All of those clips is try to make it, it's like a bunch of clip. It's none of this stuff is content, fam. It's just, it's regurgitated fluff. It's like a bunch of mud just thrown out there, stapled together to look like something is happening, but really nothing is happening and no justice is coming to Ashlee. It's just grifting completely to milk the system. That's all this is.
It's not a requirement. And if Tanzania destroys evidence, mishandles the scene, loses a phone, lets the footage overwrite.
This stuff is garbage. Let me just leave. Stuff is trash. Like, literally, this is the type of stuff that I mean about grifting. You're not going to get justice for Ashlee by watching lies all day. It's like nobody has any understanding that the family of Ashlee Jenae are supposed to be pushing for the justice of their daughter. If they're not doing it, no amount of videos is going to help her case if nobody from her family is using the information. When I do these videos, I'm expecting you, the viewer, in your time to be like, hey, let me run this information by the family. Hey, let me contact so-and-so. Hey, let me contact my friend that's in law enforcement. Hey, buddy, this is dude on YouTube named Ringo, man. He said some things about the case with Ashlee Jenae. Do you really think it's a possibility she could get justice? It's supposed to have a conversation where you folks that are out there are able to get other people involved, and before you know it, we get the ball rolling. All these video. Ashlee ain't getting no justice, bro, because the family not working. Like, let's just be real. These people want to make videos forever and ever and ever. When is Ashlee going to get her justice? She going to be put in the ground this week, I believe on the 5th or 6th or one of them days. She's going to be put underground. The family don't even have her cell phone, y'all. How is she going to get justice, man? It's too much drama, too much distractions. It's just causing nothing but confusion to the point where the story is lost in the sauce, man. And where is Joe? Nowhere to be found. Where is Joe? There's so much lies on YouTube right now with Ashlee's case. It's sick. Everybody's profiting off of her blood, fam. Fake videos everywhere. If you listen to a video and you hear a robot voice, turn it off. If somebody's doing commentary about Ashlee and you don't see them on camera, turn that off. Turn it off, man. Because sometimes you got these fakes, they sit on camera, not on camera, but they'll do shows and they're not showing themselves. But they're sitting there talking all sorts of garbage to get clicks and views in the privacy of their home. They don't even want to be on camera. They don't want to be on camera. If they're not on camera showing themselves so you can see their eyes, you can figure out, are they passionate about the story? Can we look at the body language and tell that this person is sincere and real? If you can't see that, turn it off. Turn it off, man. Listen, when Kanika Jenkins was murdered, I was the main YouTuber on the case. And YouTube shut me down when I solved the puzzle. They shut me down. I solved the case. I did videos every day, every single day. Nothing but Kanika Jenkins. And I finally solved the case. And when I solved the case, it's like it made the powers that be upset. They were upset with me. I did a full breakdown, man. Some of the most beautiful work in that case. Shanquella Robinson, Excellent research, excellent commentary, passion. Stephen Twitch Boss solved the crime. But the family didn't push for no investigation. The family believed that Twitch took his life, a man that got kids. How does a man that got kids want to end his own life? That don't make no sense, man. It's not like he was down bad financially or just gave up on life. Twitch had the whole world in his hand. You know? Absolutely crazy, man. We got this particular case here. It's like when you look at these YouTubers, man, you could tell they don't really care about Ashlee, but they're committed to making videos. And what it does, it deceives the viewers into thinking that they care, but they don't care, guys. They don't care. They don't have no feeling for the story. It's not in them. It's not in their heart. For them, it's just content to entertain the viewers. Joe McCann should be arrested already. He should be arrested already. What's taking it so long? What's taking this so long, man? My next video. Let me tell you what my next video is going to be before these YouTubers copy me. My next video will be, will Joe McCann show up to the funeral? Do you see how I just did that? Do you see how I just said that publicly? Watch all the YouTubers. Watch the grifters. Watch their next videos. They're going to all be talking about, will Joe McCann show up? I already been told y'all this already. Joe McCann is not showing up because he never loved Ashlee, just like I told you. They wanted Ashlee for a blood sacrifice to take those organs. They don't like when I say that. A lot of people don't like when I say that, but y'all better recognize, where do you think would be the best place to take someone's organs? In the United States or overseas? Especially when there's no protection for Americans. It's going to be overseas, man. Joe McCann won't be showing up to the funeral. And it's because of guilt, because he pretty much orchestrated this hit on this woman. He did this, fam. You know? He said Joe somewhere looking for his next victim. It's not even about looking for a victim. There's no next victim or whatever the case is. Ashlee was targeted by some sort of group, man. Because when you look at the way this story is and how nobody's really fighting for her justice, it's almost like she didn't stand a chance. She was going to die either way. That's why I told you her parents is involved, because I don't see them moving. They're not working. The parents never went to Zanzibar. They never went to the hotel. They told you guys that they were going, but they never went. You know? That's just the way it is. Let me get back to this video here. Let's go.
Just simply phenomenal and amazing. One of them happens to be my beautiful queen, Sheba Darling.
You see how she keep promoting this woman? Do you see how Fumi keep promoting this woman every day? Every single day promoting this woman. And this woman is not even giving you guys no truth at all. Everything is gossip. Gossip, 100%. Nothing is the truth. Just nothing but gossip. It's all a grift.
Love you, Queen Sheba Darling. I think you're one of the hardest workers ever.
Wow. She glazing, says she's one of the hardest workers ever. Do you see that? Now, what she's doing is harvesting Sheba's energy, because that's how she's able to get her views. She get her views that way. She get her views by harvesting Sheba's energy. So she's gaslighting and acting like she like her, but really she don't. She's just using her. You see that? You don't see Sheba saying, I don't like the fact that Fumi is reacting to my content. You don't see her saying that, because they're all working with each other. It's a grift. That's how they all make their money.
Her research is top tier.
Her research comes from Ringo TV. Her research comes from me. Just like your research comes from me. It's amazing how she crowned Sheba as having top tier research when all she do is grift and steal. None of these people are fighting for Ashlee's justice. None of them. These people are listening to psychic mediums. They're telling you that they have sources in Africa that's giving them information. Guys, do you know it is a felony to hide a source that is involved in a murder? Do you know that? That's why these content creators, if they don't be careful, they can end up in a prison cell. If the FBI were to get involved in this case and they start to crack down on all these YouTubers that are claiming that they got information coming from Zanzibar in regards to a murder case involving Ashlee, and these people are hiding their sources and doing content and claiming that the source said this and the source said that, but they're not revealing the source to law enforcement so law enforcement can get involved, these people can be arrested for that and spend 15 years in prison. Do you understand that? They don't even understand they're literally breaking all sorts of laws. They don't even know it.
So you're going to listen to a couple of things that she has discovered.
Notice, she said you're going to listen to some things that Sheba discovered. Sheba didn't discover anything. What she did is she discovered Ringo TV. And she discovered that I was telling everybody, literally, guys, a week ago, literally, that Ashlee and Joe was never separated. I told you guys this. Put a 1 in the chat, guys, if you can recall me telling you this multiple times way before this Sheba YouTuber, just so that the viewers can know that I'm saying the truth. Just put a 1 in the chat if you know that Ringo TV been told the public, the YouTube community, that Ashlee and Joe was never separated. They were in the same room the whole time. And I told y'all, don't believe that story because it's a lie. Because if you guys are not going to respect my work and be honest, then these grifters will continue to get away with stealing my intellectual properties. They're going to continue to steal content and information from my research and pass it off to their viewers as if though they're teaching you something when all they're doing is watching me. I mean, if you watch me and you learn something, give me my credit. Is it so hard to do that? Of course it is. Because a lot of times, the Black American man, he's hated by all. And they don't want the Black American man to be looked upon as someone who is intelligent, somebody that's able to think, somebody that can solve things. They don't want the Black American man to even be an authority on anything. Do you understand? That's why you see all of these women acting as if though they care about Ashlee when they don't. Let's go. Let's get back to this content. Hit the like button.
But before then, I would like to give some of you a refresh. Do you remember when I said that I found it hard after going back and forth how they would separate Joe also known as Joseph, from the villa. They were in Villa 26, and Villa 25 had complained to the front desk, to the reception, about the noise and the fracas that was going on in Villa 26. Ashlee was in Villa 26 with Joe. Okay? Do you remember?
No, we don't remember.
Right. Do you remember when I said that it sounded strange that the hotel would have the audacity to move Joe out of his own villa? That it would most probably, if at all, that they would move Ashlee out of it because he was friends with the owner of the resort.
See, this is a problem. When you hear these YouTubers saying that Joe was friends with the owner of the resort and Joe was this and all that, throw all of that stuff out in the garbage, guys. Like, seriously, we got to throw all of that in the garbage. You know why? Because none of these people know what they're talking about. None of them know what they're talking about. They don't know none of these things. This is stuff that they're getting from psychics and weirdos on YouTube. And they keep regurgitating this nonsense. And up to now, you don't see Joe saying, you know, these people are lying on me. I don't know what they're talking about. They're just spreading these rumors and this false information, and it's making you believe like, oh, so he knows the people at the hotel. He knows them. Wow. Well, how do these people know that? When did Joe say, I know the owner of the hotel? When did he say that? Where is the information that says Joe knows this and Joe knows that? Where is it? None of these people got it, but this is the stuff that they put out there and you believe it.
Because I had heard from the grapevine.
She had heard from the grapevine. This is not helping the case. Hearing from the grapevine is not a fact. Hearing from the grapevine is gossip. That's what she's giving you guys.
That he also had an investment with the resort.
Do you see what I mean? She heard from the grapevine that Joe had an investment with the resort. Guys, we got to throw all of that garbage out the window. None of that stuff have anything to do with the case. None of that have anything to do with the story. The story, guys. Ashlee is dead. We're supposed to be bringing justice for Ashlee. Knowing about Joe's investments is not solving no case. This is pure gossip.
So I don't know who will be at the front desk to be so bold enough to say, Joe, pack your things up out of here. We're moving you out. It felt like a long stretch. That was just my observation.
No, that wasn't your observation. That was mine. That was mine. She's now trying to act as if though she always had a hunch that there's no way they could have moved them into separate rooms. She's trying to act like this is something she's been said already, when really they're watching me.
In Africa, there's a different mentality. The person that's paying the bills in this house is not who you dictate to and tell him move out. It doesn't work like that.
But how do you know that Joe paid the bills? How do you know that Ashlee didn't pay the bills? How do you know that Ashlee wasn't the one who funded the whole trip, not Joe? You see that? She's talking as if though Joe paid for the trip. Nobody don't know who paid for the trip. People saying Ashlee paid for the trip. You understand? Listen, when this story came about, people said Joe was broke. That's what they said initially. Initially, they claimed that Joe was broke. And they said Ashlee was the one that paid for the trip. You know? Let's go.
Does not. But I thought, hey, all right for me. You know what? Let's continue. Then remember when I told you that information had come out from Queen Swahili.
Queen Swahili, a psychic medium, a demon, a person who gossips, a person who lies. Do you get it? None of these people are getting information from the mainstream media, from any detective, from any investigation, nothing. They're getting information from thin air.
had said that Joe had a personal investment in the medical field out there.
Do you see that? She's telling you that some Queen Swahili, whatever her name is, Somali, I don't know, that she's claiming that Joe had some sort of investment in some medical field. None of this stuff makes sense, guys.
In Zanzibar, that he had invested in ambulances over there, that he had invested in, transportation. So that would be ambulances over there. Wait for the bomb. Come to find out.
Now, here comes some more lies, guys. Listen to these lies that are put out by this grifter. Listen.
Joe and Ashlee were never, ever separated. That was just a story.
You gotta laugh at this, guys. You gotta laugh. Those of you that heard me say this literally a week ago, guys, literally last week, I told you guys this. She's now making a video saying it comes to find out what? Listen to what she said, guys. This stuff is amazing how YouTubers steal other people's information.
Come to find out. Joe and Ashlee were never, ever separated. That was just a story.
You see that?
What do you mean for me? I'm trying to tell you that Joe and Ashlee were in that villa of where he ultimately deleted her. That story is a hoax.
Do you see how she's taken what I already said, guys? I told you it's a hoax. I told you it's a lie. I told you this last week. Before Sheba came out talking about she got somebody from Zanzibar that contacted her to tell you guys, to tell her what I already told you already. And you folks believe Sheba? What? A faceless YouTuber that's acting as if though they're getting information from Zanzibar? Nah. I'm not going to let none of you folks steal my intellectual property. I'm calling y'all all out as frauds. Let's go.
Tell you that Joe and Ashlee were in that villa of where he ultimately deleted her. That story is a hoax. There never was any separation whatsoever to Villa 65.
I already told you guys this. They're trying to maximize profits by using what I told you guys because it's so good how I broke that down. They're like, wow, we could get some views off of that. So let's steal what Ringo said and let's push that out there now. That's what she, and you're going to see now where she's going to claim where she got that from.
There was nothing like that. It never happened.
All of a sudden, it never happened. But I thought you were the same one. Now watch this, guys. I'm going to rewind this thing back. Watch this. Look at this. Watch this. Watch this.
26 and Villa 25 had complained to the front desk, to the reception.
You see this? All of this map stuff they try to give you, all of this stuff is bull crap. This is what she's giving you, making it seem like they were all separated and this was happening, that was happening. Don't believe none of these lies, fam. All of this stuff, they make this stuff up as they go. I could read all through these people. These people are liars.
So had an investment with the resort. So I don't know who will be at the front desk to be so bold enough to say, Joe, pack your things up out of here. We're moving you out. It felt like a long stretch. That was just my observation. In Africa, there's a different mentality. The person that's paying the bills in this house is not who you dictate to and tell him move out. It doesn't work like that. It just does not. But I thought, hey, all right for me. You know what? Let's continue. Then remember when I told you that information had come out from Queen Swahili, who had said that Joe had a personal investment in the medical field out there in Zanzibar, that he had invested in ambulances over there, that he had invested in, transportation. So that would be ambulances over there. Wait for the bomb. Come to find out, Joe and Ashlee were never ever separated. That was just a story. What do you mean for me? I'm trying to tell you that Joe and Ashlee were in that villa of where he ultimately deleted her. That story is a hoax. There never was any separation whatsoever to Villa 65.
I already told you guys that Ashlee and Joe was never separated because the hotel said that it was Joe who told them that Ashlee basically ended her life. Remember? That's what the report says. So if Joe, and I put this all together already, go look at the timestamps and the dates. If Joe was moved to another room 10 minutes away, right? How could Joe discover Ashlee's body? He wouldn't have the key card for the door, so he can't get in. He won't be able to get in, right? But the hotel said that Joe told them about Ashlee. How could he know if he don't have a key card and he's over there somewhere? Also, the parents said that Joe called them claiming Ashlee's okay with taking her to the hospital and X, Y, and Z. He ain't say Ashlee hanged herself or Ashlee's dead. If somebody took their life, right? Now watch this, gang. You ready for this? You ready? You ready for this, guys? Are you ready for this? If Joe discovered Ashlee hanging, did Joe leave her hanging and take her down? Or did he just leave her hanging and call the hotel? If that's his fiance, if Joe discovered her hanging, normally he would take her down, right? Watch me. If he took her down, he had to remove whatever's around her neck, right? I mean, a good man would do that. He wouldn't leave it around her neck. So now, if Ashlee tried to take her life, but was still alive when Joe found her, then why did the Africans label this as S word if it was unsuccessful? If Ashlee never completed the job, you can't label it that she took her life because she didn't take her life. She lost her life when she got to the hospital. Ashlee was murdered. Do you see that? In order for someone to sue, you know what? They took their life. They completed the job. If Ashlee was found by Joe and she was still alive, and then they took her to 2 hospitals, she was alive long enough for them to take Ashlee to 2 hospitals. Then she never took her life. So why would they label it as she took her life? Guys, put the puzzle together. Ashlee was murdered. Ashlee lost her life in that hospital. That's where they ended her life. So you can't label something as Sua, you know what, if she never took her life. That's how you catch everybody in the act. Joe and Ashlee was still in that room. Joe did something to Ashlee to the point where she was unconscious. And because he recognized what he did, he created the story that I found her hanging herself on the door. Do you see that? And that's the narrative that they spin. But being that he has money and he's able to bribe, just like the African woman said, in Africa, you need to bribe them with money. They put the story together that we separated Joe and Ashlee because they had a fight. Do you see that? They never separated them. This is what I already told you guys already last week. I already told you guys this. Now, is it true that they had an argument? Yes, it's true. Yes, hotel staff came to the room, but they never separated them. I told you, nobody's going to separate a grown man from his fiance and say, you go to that room and she stay here. That's not happening. You ain't going to separate me from my woman. No. We calm down. We good. Y'all can leave now. We good. We good. We good. Everything is cool. You see that? Because Ashlee called her mom. Remember? Ashlee called her mom. That's what the mom said, right? The mom said that Ashlee called her to tell her that her and Joe had a fight. Right? And it also says that Ashlee said that they separated her. Now watch this. If Ashlee called the mom and claimed that her and Joe was separated for how long? Separated don't necessarily mean that he went to that room and you went to that room. Separated just mean that you just took a breather. But the narrative that they gave the media to protect Joe is by saying he was in another room. So whatever Ashlee did in that room has nothing to do with Joe. I told y'all this already in my investigation. Joe needs an alibi. I'm the one who cracked the case. I don't give a fuck what this woman telling you. And I don't care about what no damn Sheba telling you. All those people are liars. Because I broke everything down logically. In order for Joe to walk free, he needs an alibi. He needs a story that literally places him at another place at that resort so that he's nowhere near the crime scene. That is how he's able to walk free. That's why I told you the story about them being separate was made up. I've been told you guys this. Because I'm smart. It don't make no sense. You know? So the media telling you that they were separated, that came out from Zanzibar. That didn't come from the United States. That came from the very same resort area where Ashlee was killed. And remember, the African woman said out in Zanzibar, you got to bribe them with money to get what you want. Joe got money. Joe bribed them and got them to put out a story that protects him. That's what happened. Joe paid them a lot of money. And they put out the false story. Because when you look at the story of they separated them, that protects Joe. That never protects. Guys, listen to me very carefully because all of these YouTubers are stealing from my content. And I'm not talking about stealing content in terms of using my video to react to it. Anybody can react to my video. I don't care. That's protected under fair use. I'm talking about stealing my intellectual property in terms of my coverage and my investigative breakdowns in according to the case. Now, let me break this down for you. How does the narrative that was created by Zanzibar protect Joe? There was a fight. In order for Joe to bribe the hotel, he had to pay them top dollar. That top dollar allowed Zanzibar to put out a news report claiming that Joe was separated from Ashlee. So after the fight, whatever Ashlee did to herself has nothing to do with Joe, because he was moved 10 minutes away in a whole nother room. You see that? But now the question is, why would Ashlee take her life? For what reason? What would be the motive? If her and her fiance just had a fight, what could be so bad that this black woman who is successful, 31, celebrating her birthday, just got engaged, she got money, drives a Mercedes, have nothing but designer clothes, she's feeling good about her life, attractive, following on social media, what would make a woman like that say it's time to end my life? What would be the motive? Joe would know because Joe was fighting with her, right? Not only that, Ashlee contacted her mom. So her mom would know what her and Joe was fighting for, what they were fighting about. Did the mother come to the public to tell us what her daughter and Joe was fighting for? No. Why? Because the mother and father has been bought and paid for too. They've been bought and paid for, guys. I know it's difficult for you folks to understand, but they were bought and paid for too. You know? They were bought too. Ashlee was a healthy woman, healthy, attractive, youthful. She had everything going for her. Why would she end her life, right, after a fight with Joe, and then Joe found and discovered the body? How could Joe get into the room if they were separated? Why would you put Joe in another room? Because you're protecting Joe. That's the whole narrative that they put out there to be his alibi. Guys, I was not in the room with Ashlee. So whatever she did, that's on her. But we know Joe is guilty because Joe haven't communicated with the family yet. Joe won't be at that funeral. Joe didn't pay for anything. Joe is nowhere seen. Joe never said, I'm paying for the funeral. Joe never made the parents fly out to Zanzibar. Joe didn't do a damn thing because Joe is guilty. So even though he may have bribed the hotel, bribed the police, bribed the embassy to put out a news report that helps, not allow him to be looked upon as a guilty guy, he's still looked guilty by the pure fact that his actions is speaking louder than words. By the pure fact he's avoiding the family, it's a red flag. All of these things I told you. That's why I said they were never separated. Joe was in the room the whole time with Ashlee, the whole time. And for whatever reason, he killed her, and then he tried to make it seem like she harmed herself. The way I see it is, I'm going to go with the story of not going with the story, but I want you guys to consider something that somebody left in my comments on a previous video where they said it could have been a possibility that Joe and Ashlee was having some sort of sexual BDSS, SMM, whatever that stuff is, where these people be choking each other and doing weirdo stuff. It could have been a situation like that. Ashlee was unconscious and unresponsive. Joe panicked, contacted the staff. I don't know what's the matter with her. We need medical help. And for whatever reason, he knew he would get in trouble if this woman died. So what he did was he probably claimed, hey, I just went downstairs and I came back and she was hanging herself. I don't know why she did this. And to help himself. You see what I mean? But they put that story that they were moved into separate rooms. Why would you move Joe into a separate room far away, that far, 10 minutes away? You ain't have to move him 10 minutes away. So Ashlee stayed in the same room? That's bad for business. Ashlee should have been moved to another room. Matter of fact, if they were fighting, who was being abused? Somebody was being abused. This was a domestic situation. How come the police wasn't called? Why the hotel is acting like they're the police? Guys, when I tell you the whole story is fake. This is why you see these YouTubers acting as if though they're giving you new information. The information came from me. Let's get back to the content. Hit the like button, guys.
There was nothing like that. It never happened. And I have to give a lot of credit and salute to you, Fumi Nation. Well, all commentators that followed this story who said, wait a minute, you are something else.
No. Don't say all commentators. Say my name. Because I'm the one who told you this. I told you guys this. Literally last week, early in the week. I told you guys. I broke down the case already. Because I'm smart. I don't look to none of you YouTubers for information. Because you don't got none. There's nothing on the news in regards to Ashlee Jenae. Nothing. There are no updates. No new news. Nothing. All we got is what they gave us from Zanzibar. That's it. And I used my own brain to put the puzzle together.
Because it's coming to find out that somebody who does not want to be revealed opened up to Queen Sheba Darling.
You see this?
And Queen Sheba Darling did a wonderful job of not revealing their identity because that could be very dangerous in Zanzibar.
What? Did y'all get that? Listen, watch this, guys. Watch this. This is how you know this is a grift and these people are lying.
You are something else. Because it's coming to find out that somebody who does not want to be revealed.
Someone who does not want to be revealed.
Opened up to Queen Sheba Darling.
Opened up to Queen Sheba. Why would someone from Africa, a place where this African woman said you have to bribe Africans with money in order to get what you want, why would that African who speaks Swahili, don't speak English, contact a YouTuber for free? Use your brain, people. People, use your brain. Use your brain. And hello to everyone. My live chat on my cell phone don't work. I'm using the live chat on my laptop in order to see you guys. So hello to everybody joining in. Be sure to subscribe, guys, if you're new to the platform. Also hit the notification bell for all so that you can be notified when we go live. Now, listen to what this woman said because it's sad. It's shocking. It's sad. It shows there's a lot of secrecy with these people because it's a grift.
And wait a minute. You are something else. Because it's coming to find out that somebody who does not want to be revealed opened up to Queen Sheba Darling. And Queen Sheba Darling did a wonderful job of not revealing their identity because that could be very dangerous in Zanzibar.
What? Now think about this. This African said that Queen Sheba did an excellent job of not revealing who the person is because that could be very dangerous for whoever the person is in Africa. But Ashlee is dead. And none of these people know who they're talking to. You don't have no clue who you're talking to. First of all, it's a lie. Nobody contacted her because they speak Swahili. They don't speak English. They don't understand English. So why would they be interested in a Queen Sheba? Why would an African from Zanzibar even know about a Queen Sheba enough to contact them? They don't, watch this, they don't speak English, so how would they know how to find them? That's like me finding Africans in Zanzibar. I can't even find nobody over there. I don't speak their language. I wouldn't even know where to look. So how convenient it is for someone to find that person on YouTube for free and want to give them information, but the person that's in Zanzibar didn't contact Ashlee's mother or Ashlee's father. Make that make sense. I want all of you people who graduated high school. I want y'all to stop what the fuck you're doing, and I want you to pay attention. Did I shock you enough? Okay, pay attention to what I just said. An African in Zanzibar contacts a YouTuber named Sheba to tell that YouTuber information. But that very same African did not contact Ashlee's father or Ashlee's mother. Make that make sense. I don't think nobody's paying attention. I think people are just dumb as hell. If an African is concerned about justice for Ashlee, why would they be contacting a YouTuber when they can contact her parents or contact the authorities? But they're going to contact the YouTuber? Now, guys, didn't I tell you the other day that somebody contacted me? Give me a minute. Let me see if I can pull it up. Let me see if I can. Let me dress the screen up, guys. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Let me see if I can get this information, right? Let me see if I can get this information, guys, so that we're all on the same page. I got to show you guys all of this information. So let me do this real quick. I didn't have this plan, so this is something that is going to help a lot of you guys, right? It's going to help a lot of you guys right now. So let me see if I could do this. Let me see. Let me see. Give me a minute, guys. I'm trying to make sure that I could get all this information out so that y'all can know. Now, I remember, guys, I told y'all that somebody had contacted me from Instagram, right? So let me pull that up because I want to make sure that I can expose these people to the FBI if the FBI is watching my platform right now, because the feds are watching everything. Matter of fact, the feds can literally tap into my computer and they can watch my computer too, because that's what they do. They do it all the time. That's why I'm speaking so transparent, because I know how this works. But I'm going to show you guys something that's going to shock you. So be prepared for the shock. You don't want to miss it. Okay. Let me get this on the screen, because what I want to show you is the difference between me and Sheba. Sheba is a liar, a grifter, right? They grift for views. That's how they earn money. I'm going to show you what transparency look like, because when it comes to you good people that show up to my shows, I don't have nothing to hide. I don't have nothing to lie about. Now, let's put this on the big screen, right? We got this and we got this. Now, how can I do this? How did I do it the last time? Because you probably can't see it. So let me open it up some more. You know what? Can I do that? Let me see. Can I do that? Let me see. Okay, I flipped it so that you guys are able to see it, right? I flipped it so that on your end, you're able to see it. Okay, you see that name? Put a 1 if you guys can see the name clear. That is the person who contacted me on Instagram, right? This person contacted me. This is their profile, and this is the DM message. That's their name, who contacted me on Instagram, right? They contacted me on the day before. In other words, when Sheba dropped her video claiming that somebody contacted her, the person contacted me the day before, right? Now, let me show you this. This is what they wrote, because they contacted me at 1:04 a.m. in the morning, and they was doing this while I was live streaming. Let me show you what they wrote, right? Let me see if I can pull this up. Okay, you see that? Y'all all can see it? Let me check the live chat and see if y'all can see it. Give me a minute. Let me check the live chat, make sure everybody can see it. So y'all can see it? Okay. Check this out, guys. It says, hello. Watch this. Hello. I'm an American living in Zanzibar. Now, first of all, I don't believe that. Why would an American be living in Zanzibar, where they speak Swahili, right? The reason why they use the term I'm an American is to build trust. In other words, this is an American who lives in Zanzibar. Well, if that's an American, why that American didn't contact Ashlee's mama and Ashlee's father? Why me? Now watch this, guys. Watch this. Hello, I'm an American living in Zanzibar. I'd like to talk to you. That's what they told me. They like to talk to me. You see that? This is what I wrote back to them, right? Let me see if I could do this. Where is it? Okay. At 10:01 p.m., before I did my other live stream that I did the other day, right before I went live, I wrote them and just said, share what you got. The person never came back. You know what they did? I'm going to show you what they did. Now remember, that was the avatar they were using. That was the username. That's the username right there. If the FBI in the United States want to verify the things that I'm saying, all you got to do is just go to Instagram, ask Instagram to pull up the account that had that name. And you'll find the person who contacted me claiming they're from Zanzibar. Notice, ladies and gentlemen, do you see Sheba doing that? Do you see Sheba talking like me? No, Sheba is protecting whoever's contacting her. I'm not. Because why? We want justice for Ashlee. We're not here to hide sources and all this other nonsense, because that's a marketing play in order for them to keep doing content every day, giving you updates on what their source is telling them. But yet you're not hearing nothing from the media. Make it make sense. Nobody from Zanzibar would be contacting an American knowing they could get in serious trouble if they get caught. So that's a lie automatically, especially if they're not making no money. Remember, Fumi said in Africa you have to bribe with money. So why would an African from Zanzibar risk their freedom by giving an American information on a murder and didn't want no money in return? Just give me my flowers, guys. I'm really good at what I do. I know. But watch this, guys. Watch this. This is going to really make you go, wow, wow, wow. Check this out. Watch this. Remember, I told you that the person who contacted me? Okay, check this out. They deleted their name, fam. And they put up that. They deleted their name. Look, you still see Friday, 10:01 p.m. when I responded. Now watch this. Share what you got. Notice, seen 20 hours ago. They seen when I told them to share what they got, but they never shared what they got. You know why? They saw me live where I exposed who they are. And they quickly left. You see that? I'm showing you receipts. Seen 20 hours ago. They left. They vanished, guys. Changed their whole profile. Deleted. Gone. Look. This is the name now. Oh, I got to switch it? Give me a minute. Let me switch it around. That's their name. That's the name now. You see that? Look, you see my message is still there. Look, let me go like this. You see that? Friday. Look, share what you got. Seen 20 hours ago. That's the same person, guys, that contacted me. They didn't give me nothing. They got scared and left. Why? Because I exposed the truth. Why that person who contacted me didn't go to Ashlee's parents or to the police? Because coming to me ain't doing nothing for the case. And a lot of times what these people do when they come to you is they act like they're Americans. If that person was American, why they left? If they're an American, they don't have nothing to fear if they're in Zanzibar. Because they're an American. They're not an African. Do you see that? An African would have something to worry about because they're African. If you're an American, it's a whole different ballgame. So if that person is American and they truly had love and concern about Ashlee, why they ghost me after I said share what you got? Because they're not an American. They're an African. And what they wanted was my phone number, email, and so forth to communicate with them. And that is how they were able to blackmail me. By connecting me somehow to the Ashlee murder case. And now I'm in trouble with the feds for communicating with someone from Zanzibar, right? When there's a murder and it's all being done via DM. Now I'm committing international crimes. You YouTubers that are communicating with people in Zanzibar in regards to a murder case, you guys are in hot water. Trust and believe that. And if you know anything about the FBI, anything about the feds, they'll sit back and they'll watch you for 6-7 months doing this. And then once they got all the receipts on you, they knock your door. You gone 15, 20 years in prison. Trust and believe that. So now that you guys understand that, right? Let me see. Let me do this. Let me play the video now with her so you can hear this. Let's go. Hold on.
That somebody who does not want to be revealed opened up to Queen Sheba Darling. And Queen Sheba Darling did a wonderful job of not revealing the identity because that could be very dangerous in Zanzibar.
Why would that be very dangerous in Zanzibar? Why? Why would Sheba withhold their identity, but she's profiting from making content, making money, but she never paid this African for anything? But this African feel the need to give her free information. Guys, this is a lie. The person would want money. The person told Sheba, we need to talk to you, which means more than one. Nobody talked to her. It's a lie. Do you understand me? They would go to the police. They would go to Ashlee's father's Instagram to communicate, not with a YouTuber.
And they let her know that it never took place.
No, that's a lie.
It never what? It never took place.
What never took place? The information that I told everybody last week that you grifters are copying from? I tell you, man, This is why I need real folks that follow my platform that would pull up on other people's platform and tell them stop stealing from Ringo's commentary. Because Ringo Ben said this last week. I already told you guys, Ashlee and Joe was never separated. That's a lie that they put out to be an alibi for Joe. Go back to my videos. I said this. I said that was Joe's alibi, that he paid off the hotel, paid off the embassy, paid off the police for them to put out to protect his image.
We also find out that the ambulance that took Ashlee to the hospital was Joe's ambulance.
That's a lie, guys. Now, guys, y'all gotta. I don't know why you folks are watching this madness. I don't know why y'all watching this garbage. They're telling you now that the ambulance that picked up Ashlee was Joe's ambulance. And notice, she's showing you video footage that is fake. That's not real video footage. That's AI. She's literally showing you AI footage, guys. Let me rewind that back. She's trying to make it seem like there's video footage from the hotel. She's deceiving her viewers.
It never what? It never took place. We also find out that the ambulance.
Now you see these images? These images are not even real. This is fake. If they're in Zanzibar, why you have this white woman here? That's not this is AI, guys. AI generated content. That's what she's publishing, and people believe it.
Took Ashlee to the hospital was Joe's ambulance, was Joe's van.
Wow. So Joe was driving an ambulance now. Do you see why I tell you guys, stop supporting grifters? This is what they're putting out. What mainstream media news report has published that Ashlee was taken inside of Joe's ambulance? Where they getting this garbage from? And you guys look at this woman as some sort of authority. She's a liar, guys. Stop supporting liars. This is crazy, man. I'm going to wind it back so you can hear that garbage again. This is sick.
That the ambulance that took Ashlee to the hospital was Joe's ambulance, was Joe's van, was Joe's company, was Joe's investment in the ambulances out there.
So now they're telling us, man, I tell you, these lies just keep coming out every day. That Joe is investing in ambulance and these are his ambulance. Guys, this is why the case with Ashlee is being ruined. It's being ruined by these grifters. That every day they come up with a new lie, a new update, a new misinformation, and it's all for profit. She's lying.
To me, when I heard it, I just said, no wonder she didn't get there in time. And no wonder she has passed away.
What do you mean, no wonder she didn't get there in time? What are you talking about? You're not even making no sense. She was at 2 different hospitals. What are you talking about? She didn't get there in time. I thought she was found hanging. If a woman is hanging, she's supposed to be dead. Guys, I don't know if you think about this, but if you were to hang yourself successfully, nobody's going to be able to come and find you and be able to take you to the hospital. You'll be dead already. When that air is cut off and you can't breathe, you're going to die. That's why I told you the story's a lie. Ashlee was not hanging herself. She was not, nothing. All of that stuff is a lie. There was no hanging, none of that. Ashlee was choked out. You understand? Because up to now, they told us that Ashlee had that mark around her neck. Notice, nobody's talking about that mark around her neck. Where's the mark? Where's the photos? Where's the proof? Where is it? Nowhere to be found.
It's sure of that. Well, we also find...
Notice this. You see this image here? They're showing you what appears to be somebody moving a body. That's not them moving Ashlee's body. That's fake content, fam. Stop supporting fake videos, y'all. Why would they be showing us footage of what appears to be somebody moving a body? If that's Ashlee, that's a dead body. I thought Ashlee was alive, Fumi. So why are you showing images of somebody moving a dead body? If Ashlee was alive and taken into an ambulance that's owned by Joe. This is all lies, guy. And y'all keep believing it.
Out that she passed away. She really actually passed away.
You see this? She's showing what appears to be an ambulance. And she's using a video from an Instagram page called Official Anaya Beauty. Official Anaya Beauty. Let me see if I can pull it up. Give me a minute, guys. Let me see if I can find the source video. Let me see if I can find the source video so we could crack this case even more. Give me a minute, guys. Give me a minute. Because these people, man, I'm tired of these people lying, bro. I am tired of all these lies, man. There's too many lies. Too many. Let me see if I can find that page. Let me get the official, what is it? Official Naya. Wait. Official Naya. Let me see if I got the spelling correct. Okay, I found it. Okay. Official Naya Beauty. Okay. An African page, just like I knew it would be. Oh my goodness. Another African page, guys. When I tell you they are exploiting Ashlee, they are exploiting her. Let me see if this is the video here. Let me see. Let me see if this is it here. Is this the video? I don't know if this is it, but give me a minute, guys. I'm kind of looking through this info here. Give me a minute. Let me look through her page and see what we got. Make sure you hit the like button, guys, as you come in. Very important that you hit the like button. Okay, I got the video. Now I'm going to download the video because I'm trying to find the sources of where this woman is getting all this crap from, right? So now let me download the video so I can play the video in my video because this is what investigative news reporting looks like. It's you doing your research, and that's what I'm doing. I'm finding the source information so we can find out the lies that are being published by Fumi and all of these grifters on YouTube, right? So now, okay, I got the video downloaded, right? So now let me do this. Now, watch this, gang. Watch this. And I'm going to expose the... Well, I don't even need to expose all of this because I already told you the Instagram page. That Instagram appeared to be... It looked like it's being ran by another African. So I already gave you the name. Let me go... Let me do something else. Give me a minute, guys. I'll be back on camera in a second. I'm doing my research on my computer. Remember, you're watching my computer screen. So I don't want you watching every damn thing that I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Privacy. So let me pull up the video now. Let me pull this up so we could get this on the screen. Okay. I got the video on the screen. So now let me see. Okay. All right. Let me get back on camera. Okay. Now, you see Fumi, and she got this video on her page, right? I just downloaded the source video. So now I got the source video, right? So now let me do this. Let's play this source video and see what it is.
For details are expected. A 31-year-old influencer.
You see that? This is where Fumi is doing. I want you guys, listen, guys. Listen to me very carefully. Stop following this woman. Stop following this woman. These folks from her land is grifting off of the death of Ashlee. Let me play this video again to show you the video that Fumi is using. Very deceptive. Watch this. It starts off by saying he proposed on her birthday. Later, she was found dead. Right? I know that's what it says because you can see the text. Right? But now, listen to the audio. Listen to the audio. Remember, they took all of these images and video clips and doctored them together. Listen to this, the deceptive nature of this video.
For details are expected. A 31-year-old.
You see that? Now watch this. I don't think you guys seen that. You see how the person, you see what they're doing? They want you to believe that's Ashlee. They want you to believe that's Ashlee, y'all. This is pure evil. Deception. Guys, this is just wrong. And that's what Fumi is doing. Because they got Ashlee's picture in the video, Joe's picture in the video, and they're making it seem like the body is on a bed. That's what they're doing. And Fumi has that video on her page. She didn't play the audio. She didn't play the audio. Look at this. Listen to it.
For details are expected. A 31.
Why would anybody be crying? Her parents weren't there. Joe wasn't there crying. So where they put all these sound effects in there? Then they put Ashlee on the screen. When I tell you Ashlee is being exploited by a lot of people from her homeland, exploited, guys, for money. Look.
Old influencer was found dead in a hotel room just days after her husband proposed to her. Ashlee Jenae was reportedly discovered unresponsive.
You see that? Ashlee was discovered unresponsive, and they put these video clips as if though cameras are recording this. If cameras are recording that, why we can't get the footage from the hotel? Those videos are not real, guys. Listen.
Inside a hotel in Tanzania. Authorities say her husband, John McCann, has been detained and is under investigation. The couple...
Detained? Really? So who's this guy? Look at this, guys. That's not Joe. That's not Joe. Let me see if I could do this, man, because when I tell you, I be cracking the cases, man, because these people be lying all the time. That's not Joe. I don't even know if you guys can see this, man. That's why I said, guys, man, this is crazy. Look at it. Let me take a screenshot. Watch this. I'm going to take a screenshot. Because they said that Joe was detained. Then they put a man what appears to be getting arrested, right? Watch this. Watch this. Let me see. I don't know if this can work. Give me a minute, guys. I'm trying to see how I can open this image. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. I gotta resize this thing. Gotta resize this image, guys. This is what I do, ladies and gentlemen. This is how you investigate. You have to do your research. You have to study. You have to do all these different things. So what you're seeing me do live, this is what I do when I'm off YouTube and I'm studying the case and I'm looking at videos and I'm putting things together. This is what I have to do behind the scenes. So I'm doing this live, literally with you guys here. So now watch this. Watch me open this image up big on the screen to show you how these people are frauds and they're lying. That's not Joe. That's not Joe. They're taking video clips from other people's videos and publishing it like Joe was detained. And then what these fools do is they come on YouTube talking about, yeah, they wrapped Ashlee up in a sheet. And where do you think they get that from? They got it from this video clip, which came from Africa. Let me go back to it right here. Let me scroll back. Where is it? Where is it? Right here. You see this? It looked like somebody's wrapped up in a sheet. If you guys find the original video to this and you scroll this thing back and forth, it looked like somebody is wrapped up in a sheet, and that's how it looked. That's where they got that lie from a deceptive AI video. This clip here, where they carrying someone out, right? When you look at this, this is AI. This is AI. This whole thing is AI. This is AI footage. And they're saying Tanzania. So all of these medical folks in Tanzania are white? All of them? I didn't know that. Really? That's crazy. Let's go back to the content.
After her husband proposed to her, Ashlee Jenae was reportedly discovered unresponsive.
And keep in mind, that's an AI voice. That is not a real human.
Inside a hotel in Tanzania. Authorities say her husband, John McCann, has been detained and is under investigation.
That's not Joe McCann. Let me see what the comments are saying, what people are saying in the live chat. Let me see. Yeah, that's a body bag. The ambulance. They took all of those clips from other people's videos and put them together to make it look like Joe got detained. The whole thing is a lie, guys. The whole thing. Hold on, wait a minute. We don't want to watch that. We want to watch the video that I just gave you guys. Let me get that back on the screen. So let's get this here. Wait, let's put that here so you can see it, right?
The couple had been on a luxury vacation that appeared perfect online, just days before he had proposed during her birthday celebration. Photos showed smiles, celebrations, and what looked like a happy moment. Then everything suddenly changed.
Now notice, they show a woman crying. That's not Ashlee's mama. Do you see this? They're showing you stuff that makes no sense. That's not Ashlee's mother. That's not Ashlee's mother, guys.
Investigators are now examining whether the death may have been staged.
Why would it say police if they're in Zanzibar? Why would it say that? Give me a minute, guys. Give me a minute. I got to do this. I got to do this. Give me a minute. I got to do this. It wouldn't be right if I didn't do this. Give me a minute, guys. Give me a minute so I can look this up. Let me see. Let me see. Okay, let me do this. Zanzibar police uniform. Let me look up that. Let me look up Zanzibar police uniform. Okay, I have their police uniform. Okay, let me get this. Yep, that all those images are doctored. They're all doctored, guys. That's why I'm doing research to show you guys how they are and how they look in Zanzibar. When you look at the police chief, and everybody else, it don't say police on their uniform. Why would it say police? These people are just liars, man. They lie so much. It's unbelievable that Ashlee got to deal with this type of stuff. Imagine, Ashlee is gone and people are lying every day. Every single day. They're lying, making fake content. Disgusting, man. Absolutely disgusting. Let me put this on the screen. Give me a minute. Be patient, guys. Be patient, be patient, be patient. Because this is very important. Very, very important for your education and everything else, man. So now, let me get back on camera. right? I don't know. Should I have bought a bigger screen? I mean, that screen is good enough because it's a perfect size. But let me do this. First, let me do this with this image here. This is Zanzibar. You see how the police look? That's how police look in Zanzibar. You see them got that crook? That's how the cops look in Zanzibar. That's their uniform. So what you're seeing in that video is a lie, right? Let me show you this. More proof. This is how their uniform look, right? Let me see. It looked like it says police on their uniform. Look like it says police. Right there. You see P, P-O. Look, it says police here. This is their uniform, guys. That's the uniform in Zanzibar. You see that? So, and here's another image here. Let me see if I get this. You see that? That's how they dress. That's their uniform. So when you look at this here, this, that's not Zanzibar. That's a lie. All I'm seeing is white people. I'm not seeing no Africans. So something, and it's funny how it says staged right here. The word staged is literally on the screen. How convenient, right? Let's play the tape some more.
Officials have not released full details, but the case is being treated as suspicious.
All you see is white people. That's all you see. Look like Spanish. This look like some Spanish place.
What's raising more questions is what happened after. Social media posts continued.
And another thing, guys, do you know that before Ashlee was murdered, she didn't have 100 and something thousand followers? When Ashlee was murdered, Ashlee had about 70,000 followers on Instagram. After she died, she gained over 100 and something thousand followers. That's right. I got the proof of that. Matter of fact, I don't even like this dude, but at the end of the day, he still got the proof in his video. What's that rapper, that old rapper from back in the day, rapping with the Ghetto Boys? What's this dude, man? He does content on YouTube. Whatever. He did a video with the Ashlee Jenae thing, and in his video, he was scrolling through her page. She didn't have hundreds of thousands of followers on Instagram. She didn't have a lot of followers. So that means people started following her heavy once she died. That's sad, man. Imagine you following somebody and they're dead. That's weird. I ain't following nobody if they're dead. That's like me going to Ashlee Jenae's page and I'm clicking follow. She's dead. What am I following her for?
Normal. Meanwhile, Ashlee had frequently shared their relationship online, but many noticed he rarely posted about her in return.
Now notice, this again, guys, what you're listening to is an AI voice. That is what Fumi is using. She's using AI, an AI voice. She got that video from another woman who is in Africa. And they're saying stuff like, oh, well, she posted Joe on her page, but Joe didn't post her on his page. Who cares about that? I have a wife. I have 4 daughters. I don't have none of them on my page. You know why? Because I don't want them on my Instagram. So if Joe don't want Ashlee on his Instagram, who cares? That has nothing to do with the case. Let's go.
Contrast is now drawing attention. Her family reportedly...
That's not her family. You see that? The video said her family, Let me rewind it back. The video said her family. Watch this.
Their relationship online. Return. That contrast is now drawing attention. Her family reportedly learned what happened through emergency contact notifications.
That's not her family that's being shown. Why is Fumi playing that video? Why is Fumi misleading people? Let's go.
Investigation is ongoing and more details are expected.
You see that?
More details are...
That's it. That was the end of that. Now, let's go back to Fumi's video because she got the video right there. The same video. Let's play the tape and hear what she got to say.
I will never let this story die because it's a hoax.
You see that?
Translation, don't believe...
You see that? The very same guy who is not Joe is in Fumi's video. And you guys are taking her words and making it seem like she's doing such a great job. This is all a lie. This is so misleading. That's not Joe.
Anything right now. Don't believe anything right now.
Don't believe you, Fumi, because you're a liar. You're spreading a bunch of lies.
What I advise you to believe is what makes sense to you.
Right, what makes sense. And what you're doing don't make sense.
Initially, when we heard this story, what made sense to you most likely is the truth. Because we need to know the owner of this resort. I said it the other day. I said, isn't it bizarre that the owner of this resort never came out to say this happened in my resort? I am so sorry. On my watch. Never happened before.
And this is another thing. They're throwing around this man's face. This right here, I don't do that type of stuff. You know why? Whether this is an owner or not, I don't care about that. What we're supposed to be focusing on is the facts of what makes sense. Do you understand? When we start bringing in other people that have nothing to do with nothing, that's when you create a mess. Joe is the one we're supposed to be focusing on. Joe and Ashlee. Not whoever this is. You see what I mean? What she's doing is messy.
If there's anything I can do, please. The family, they can stay, even though it is kind of creepy. Let them stay at a different resort that I own. We will make arrangements for them.
Why is she talking in third person like the hotel supposed to do this and the hotel supposed to do that? Why is she doing that? Why don't she give her money to the family? What did Fumi donate to Ashlee's family? Why Fumi, with all her money that she make on YouTube, how come Fumi didn't arrange for the family to get to Africa, being that she's African? Did Fumi take the time to reach out to Ashlee's mom and father to make arrangements to get them over to Africa, being that she's African? Of course not, because it's not about that. It's about her making money.
And we'll walk them through everything. That is what normal people do. So, darlings, sit back and listen to this.
Now, notice, when she say, listen to this, she's now going to go play Sheba's video. The very video that we reacted to the other day, where Sheba was lying about being contacted from Zanzibar from an African who gave her information that Joe and Ashlee was never moved to separate rooms, which Sheba got from me. She watched my video, learned the information, and said, woo, that's some good info. Let me make up a lie. Because that's what you got to do on YouTube in order to get clicks and views. You got to lie. These YouTubers don't know how to just do good content, make the viewers happy, provide good knowledge, good information, educational value. They don't know how to do that on their own. So they lie in order to get clicks and views. Listen to this.
Let me just give you the rundown. In the middle of the night, I received a message.
Why would she receive a message in the middle of the night? Make that make sense, guys. In the middle of the night, somebody came to her to give her this info.
The rundown. In the middle of the night, I received a message from a local in Zanzibar. And they said, we're needing to jump on a call with you. It's important that I give you word for word. And I'm not going to disclose identities. They said, I'm going to paraphrase. I live in Zanzibar, and I'm a local. We have some information regarding the Ashlee Jenae case.
But they didn't give that information to the FBI. They didn't give that information to Ashlee's mom, Ashlee's dad. They didn't give that information to nobody. They randomly went to a YouTuber who has a faceless account and said, we need to get on a call with you. And you believe it.
I'm coming to you with a bit of anonymity, though we don't have the same freedom of speech here as you all do in the United States.
If you don't, why would you put yourself at risk, especially if you ain't benefiting from it? They didn't ask for no money. They didn't ask for anything. Not one African from Zanzibar would risk their freedom if they didn't gain nothing. Use your brain, people. If they got information, they would want money. Money for the info. They wouldn't risk their freedom for free.
We can get in big trouble for speaking up on things like this. And they said a little bit more, and I'm going to leave it out because I have to absolutely make sure this person cannot be identified. I keep all of my sources confidential. Now, before we get into the thick of it.
She keeps all her sources confidential. You saw what I did in my video. I exposed that person who said they're from Zanzibar and they want to talk with me. I exposed who they are. You know why? They shouldn't be contacting me. They should be contacting the police. Fuck them. They're supposed to be contacting the police. They're supposed to be contacting Ashlee's parents, not me. That's why they get exposed. You're supposed to be contacting the family, not me. You contacting me for? Trying to commit some fraud, trying to entangle me in some drama? That's not going to happen.
Let me just say this. Baby, when I tell you the hills have eyes, and you never know what a person will or will not do. We're talking authorities. We're talking people at the resort. We're talking man, woman, child. Ashlee had no idea that she was walking into a lion's den. I'm going to tell you that, and I'm going to stand on that. Ashlee bit off more than she can chew.
Again, when we reacted to Sheba's video, it was just full of nothing but garbage. There was nothing in the video. She told you about somebody giving her information, but that was a lie. That's why the video was over 2 hours. She got probably over 50 to 60,000 views. That translates into about $2,000, depending on the ad revenue, between 700, about 500 to about probably $2,000 I would give it. You know, depending on how much traffic it get, she gained that amount of money off of lying to you good people with a lie that can't be verified. And she's protecting the people in Zanzibar rather than bringing the information to the FBI and to Ashlee's family so they could get justice for Ashlee. It's not about justice for Ashlee for these creators. It's about protecting sources so they could keep making more videos, making more money, making more videos, and every single day they got a new update to tell you what their source told them, but nobody's telling the feds about the source. Nobody's giving the information to Ashlee's family so Ashlee could get results, so Ashlee could get justice. But these YouTubers keep coming back with more videos to give you more updates, telling you about what some source is saying. Guys, stop listening to videos about what a source is saying if the source is not going to the police. In order for Ashlee to get justice so Joe McCann could be arrested and charged with murder, we need the source to go to the police. That's why I said fuck them, because it's a lie.
And I know we talked about Joe having business interest over there in Zanzibar, and we talked about him being a partner in the ambulance business and personal and private transportation.
You see that? So now Sheba is pushing the same narrative. The same thing that Fumi was pushing about Joe picked up Ashlee's body and put it in his ambulance. Sheba's doing the same thing. They're all pushing out stuff and information that nobody knows about on social media. Be very careful when YouTubers are talking about stuff that have not been verified by the mainstream media. Where are they getting this information from? It's nothing but lies.
I'm going to find out that is true. He transported her to the hospital. Listen to this.
Listen. Sheba's lying now. She's telling you that Joe transported Ashlee to the hospital. In the official story that was released, did they tell you that? Did they tell you that Joe transported Ashlee? That Joe used his ambulance to do that? No. Listen.
In his own private van.
Own private van? I thought Fumi said his own ambulance. You see that? Fumi said Joe transported Ashlee in his own ambulance because he got investments in the medical field or whatever. Now, Sheba says that Ashlee was transported in Joe's private van. Do you see the story just keeps switching from these liars and grifters?
According to my source, he transported her to the urgent care in his own private van. Hold on.
Do you see that? Not ambulance now. Private van. Do you see how Fumi's a liar? Do you see how Sheba's a liar? None of this has been verified by the media. This is a lie. Because Ashlee was taken to 2 different hospitals according to the reports. If Joe transported anybody in a private van, then why Joe is not a suspect in a murder? Why would law enforcement in Zanzibar allow Joe to transport Ashlee anywhere? That means no medical professionals came to the hotel. You guys are really believing this garbage?
Pull up a seat. Let's go. There's truth to the fact that him being in partnership over there with a transportation company. Because I thought, why in the hell would he have a van?
Now it's no longer his ambulance. Now it's Joe has a partnership with a van business or a van company. Do you guys see how they keep tweaking the lie? Fumi said that Joe transported Ashlee in his own ambulance. You see that? Sheba says his own private van because he has some sort of investment in a transportation business. Do you see how they're all lying, guys? This is what grifters do.
At the resort, hold on, it gets more interesting. Not only that, he's in partnership. Let me get him. He's in partnership. Hold on.
Think about this. Everything Sheba is repeating, she's getting from her fantasy source in Africa who is putting out lies, which is further twisting this case. And she won't show you. That's how you know it's all deceptive. If Sheba cannot show you the receipts of what this is, she's lying to you guys. I showed you what was sent to me. The person, I exposed that person. They ran away because they know they can't get nothing out of me. Sheba's protecting people in Africa when this is a murder case, a case of a woman who died. And Sheba is protecting that person's image. I would have been exposed them.
And has a piece of share or ownings with the resort.
Jesus.
Why is Fumi saying Jesus as if though she's shocked about anything? Where is the proof and the documentation that Joe McCann has anything or any ownership or partnership or anything with the resort? And even if he did, What does that have to do with Ashlee's death that can solve this case to bring justice to Ashlee? Because we're hearing all these different stories, but none of that garbage is bringing results for Ashlee. None of it.
He's a partner at the resort.
Where she's getting this from? Where? She's in America. So how she know this? And why she believe it?
Why would Ashlee be roaming the tropics, the jungle at night looking for a charger? That don't even sound right. Because if you separated them like you say you did.
First of all, Ashlee was not roaming anywhere looking for a charger. That's another lie. The story from the media says that the person from the hotel came to Ashlee's room to check on her, and Ashlee asked for a charger. Ashlee was not roaming around looking for a charger. Do you see how they're lying?
In the charger, she has the primary room. All of the things that she brought her should be in that room. Now, if you said that you had put Ashlee in Villa 65, that would make more sense for her to be trying to find her way to the front desk. But that don't make no sense to me. It never has. They said that's because it's a lie.
So she wants you to believe that her source in Africa, in Zanzibar, told her that the official story that was released is a lie. That they were not in the separate rooms. Now watch this, guys. Put a 1 if you want me to give you the truth. Put a 1 in the chat if you want me to give you the truth. Because I already know that these grifters are copying me, because I'm the one who told you guys that Ashlee and Joe were never separated in separate rooms. That's a lie. But now watch this. Let me check the live chat, see if we have any 1s. We only have 2. Only 2 1s. So only 2 people want me to give you the truth? Okay, I'll wait. Matter of fact, I'll give you time to figure it out. And then I'll be back. I'll give you guys time, because what I want is participation. Seems like everybody's sleeping. So I want you guys to come into the chat and put those 1s so we can know. Because if not, it don't make no sense. What am I wasting my time for? I'm doing this investigation live on camera. I'm doing this investigation. At least participate in the show. If I say put some 1s in there, put some 1s. Wake up, participate. You know, you got 373 people, and there's only a few 1s. I guess I don't need to say what I need to say. I'm not even going to say what I'm going to say. I'm not going to say what I was going to say. I'm not going to say it now. Let me just get back to the video.
The time, when the hotels, all that, I'm going to come back and I was giving food and that's a lie. They found Ashlee when she was dead. When they went in that room to do their nightly rounds to spray for mosquitoes, and Joe had her wrapped up in there. Then they go on to say, okay, no one ever talked to her about a charger. No one spoke to her in those final hours. There are cameras that caught all of this.
All of this is a lie, right? Because now you have Sheba saying that nobody never talked to her about a charger. All of that stuff she got from me. You understand? And if y'all think I'm going to go back and tell y'all what I said I was going to say, I'm not saying it. When I ask you folks to participate by putting a 1, I'm trying to see if people paying attention. Y'all not paying attention. You understand what I mean? And that's not cool, because when I got these thoughts on my mind, I'm trying to give y'all folks the information that y'all need, and y'all not participating with these shows. That's why I'm not going into all those details. I'm going to save that for another video. I'm not publishing that right now, right? What I'm going to talk about is what I'm talking about right now. When you hear me say, put those 1s in the chat, I'm trying to find out who's listening, who's paying attention. You got almost 400 people here. How come you don't got 400 people in this live chat? Because you got a bunch of cloud watchers watching in the clouds. You don't know who these people are. It could be a bunch of people from Africa. It could be a bunch of haters. I don't know who these people are. I'm trying to get people to participate. If you like my content, participate. That's like I'm a comedian, I'm on stage, y'all in the audience, and everybody's just like this. I'm telling jokes, I'm entertaining y'all, I'm doing all this work, and y'all just like this. So antisocial. This is social media, guys. On social media, you're supposed to be social. Do you understand that? Social. Learn how to participate. Let's go.
Show you that none of that happened, but because he has a stake and shares in this resort, we're not going to see the footage. He also said the hotel
to the moderator, Caramel Kimmy Kim, block San Diego. Block that person. They came in saying, you doing it for us or Ashlee? Block that person. Kindly block that person. Right? Thank you very much. Let's go.
Be closing any day now because of the bad press. And also to make all of this go away. So they are suspecting that sooner or later those people are about to shut this down.
More lies. Now they want you to believe that a luxury hotel resort is going to be shut down. How? How are they going to shut down a luxury resort? That's nowhere in the news, nowhere in the papers, nowhere in the media. Didn't this African woman tell you that it's owned by a white man? Didn't she tell you that? So why would it shut down? Why would it shut down? If that was going to shut down because of Joe, they would have been rat Joe out. Do you get that? Ain't nothing shutting down. You know why? Because as far as they're concerned, Ashlee took her life. So the hotel is not shutting down. These are lies that YouTubers put out because they're greedy for money.
They're probably waiting for a big payday in order for it not to. That's regular practice here. So it seems like in order for the problem to go away, the officials are saying, you got to pay me or we're going to come in and shut it down. But Joe and the hotel are definitely in cahoots and not working with police at all. See, they think they can screw around the police. So I don't know if the commander didn't get his cut or he feels like he's been thrown under the bus, but the police / government and hotel both have the same motives to cover up.
Now think about this madness that Sheba is saying about the police didn't get their cut, the this one didn't get their cut, and that one didn't get their cut. So basically what you're telling me is you can't trust nobody in Africa. So basically, Ashlee won't get no justice. So we could just stop making videos now. That's what that's designed for, guys. If the police didn't get their cut, then why would anybody trust anything that's going on over there? Because I don't. I don't trust nothing that they say. You know? I don't. Because it doesn't make any sense. You see? Now, I said I wasn't going to say what I was planning on saying. But as you know me, I have to tell you the truth. I can't hold back the truth. I want to, but I can't. How do you know that Queen Sheba's lying? This is how you know. We know that she's copying my talking points because I'm the one who told you guys that Joe and Ashlee never left that room. When it says separate, right? When they told you that they separate them in different rooms, that's a narrative they had to put out to protect their interests. When it says separated, we're talking about cool off for a time. But eventually, you could go back together. But you had to cool off for a minute. You get what I mean? Did you peep that? Joe was allowed to go back to Ashlee. But now watch this. Sheba's telling you that Joe and Ashlee was never separated into different rooms. That's all a lie. Well, if that's all a lie, then everything about the narrative that came out of Africa is a lie. Do you see how I was able to do that? It don't make no sense to lie about one thing and tell the truth about another thing. So if one lie is found, everything is a lie. Everything. There is no truth. And that is if you believe that Sheba was contacted by somebody in Zanzibar. If you believe that, because it's not true, nobody contacted her. If they did, she would have the receipts and the proof. And how is it that these people that's contacting her know English? They speak Swahili. So why would someone contact her? For what? Who is she? Who is not Ashlee? Who is Sheba that anybody from Zanzibar would need to talk to her? She can't do nothing. She cannot do nothing to Joe, and nothing they tell her can put anybody behind bars. So what is the point of contacting a YouTuber? Content, making money, y'all. Sheba's a liar. You know? Shout out to Just Keeping It Real for joining the membership, Team Ringo. Appreciate you joining the membership. Let me see. Said I was just about to check him too, Ringo. Oh, okay. All right, so let's get back to it.
As of now, Joe is not off the hook because they're pissed off at him. He's in jail with the locals, shitting in a bucket, eating beans and bread. That's what they're saying.
All of this is lies. There's no news report that Joe is pooping in a bucket and doing any of this. These are all lies. Nobody in the United States could tell you what's going on in Zanzibar right now. Nobody. Any YouTuber you see telling you that they got the connect and the inside info of what's going on with Joe and all this other garbage, they're lying to you. It's all a lie.
And at the hospital and hotel, Joe presented himself as her husband. He lied. Watch this. So all of the things, her personal items, are in his possession.
I don't think you understand anything. And you know what's so sad is that you have people in America that don't even notice. Ladies, if you are engaged, the man that you're with is considered your husband. Do you understand that? What lie are you talking about? She said that Joe lied by claiming that he's her husband. If you are engaged, you are looked upon as husband and wife. That's how we recognize you. No different than in times of old, where a woman was promised to a man, the woman was betrothed to a man, and that's the equivalent of being engaged. So they looked at you as husband and wife even before you tied a knot, because you were promised. This is why, biblically speaking, according to the Bible, even the Bible says that if a woman is betrothed to a man and another man lie with that woman, meaning sleep with her, that man and that woman shall be stoned to death. Why? Because that woman was promised to that man. She was engaged to him, to wife. So if another man came and slept with her, that's adultery. So there is no lie. If the document says that Joe claimed to be her husband, what's the problem? They were engaged, right? Or maybe they were married already. Doesn't matter. None of that stuff makes any sense when we're focusing on her murder case. We can't say he lied. There is no lie. That's public information. There is no lie. Did the media say he lied? Did anybody say he lied? Nobody said he lied, but YouTubers.
Being held and hidden with the hotel staff.
That's why I feel that
Let me rewind that back, because these two women just keep lying. You don't notice that all the people that are lying, they're all women. They're all women. You have some other dude, he's a liar too. I'm going to react to his video. There's another guy, he's just lying like crazy. But the majority of the liars are all women. Let's go.
And at the hospital and hotel, Joe presented himself as her husband. He lied. Watch this. So all of the things, her personal items, are in his possession, being held and hidden with the hotel staff.
That's why I feel that somebody from Ashlee's camp should be over there. I am still giving the family grace. I am under the impression that they're trying to get their passports, they're trying to get visas.
Listen, Joe cannot take possession of Ashlee's personal belongings just because he claimed to be her husband. You understand? When we're dealing with a murder investigation, Ashlee's cell phone is evidence. Joe cannot take that cell phone and say, well, she's my woman, so I'm keeping this. No, he can't. And if he still have it, I blame Ashlee's family. Ashlee's family don't care about Ashlee. If Ashlee's family truly wanted justice, they would have to be literally going to town by using all that money that you folks gave them, that I told you don't give them, but you gave it anyway. They would have to use up all that $64,000 and go through the legal process, go through all the proper channels in order to get the United States to get Ashlee's phone. You understand? They would have to go through all the measures. They would have to get down to Zanzibar. They would need the backing of the United States on that trip. It's not a thing you just go down there by yourself. See, here's the problem. And I think a lot of American blacks, you're ignorant of how to do things when it comes to stuff like this. People that are of other ethnic groups, they know how to maneuver the system. They know how to get they know how to get what they want, man. It's like with usins, we'll sit back and just get punked, played, and we have no knowledge of how to do anything. You know? If this was a white woman that was murdered and whatnot, you think that her family ain't going to do what is necessary to get what is needed from Zanzibar? You think the family of a white family, a powerful white family with money and resources, you think that they're not going to get the backing of the United States? Heck, they might even get President Trump to speak on their behalf. There have been situations where you saw people that died and things happen and Trump speaks on it. You know, some of these folks don't even know how to get contact even with the president. Something as simple as that. Something as simple as trying to get in contact with the president in regards to this case. Ashlee family failed her, fam. Them folks are not doing their job, bro. Them folks are not. Listen, when Tiger Woods had that accident that he recently had, and he flipped his luxury vehicle, what did he do? He called Trump. It's the first person he called. Because he knew this is a bad look. But he called Trump. You seen him on the phone. The man called Donald Trump. The man was on the phone. You got to be a powerful man to be able to call Trump. You have Trump's direct number. You could call him. When Diddy was behind bars, who did he call? Trump. He was asking for a pardon. When you have these kind of murder cases, unresolved issues, sometimes you got to reach out to different people, send emails, leave voice messages, contact your elected officials in your state. But like, this is an urgent situation. My daughter, she went to Zanzibar. They claimed that she took her life. I don't believe it. I believe there was major foul play. I really need the backing of the United States to solve this particular. That family not doing no work, bro. If this was a white, powerful family with money, dog, I guarantee you, heads would be rolling right now. Heads would be rolling. Matter of fact, I'll go as far to say this. If it was a Jewish woman that went on a trip to Zanzibar, a Jewish woman in the United States, and she went to Zanzibar and turned up unalive, heads are rolling. Heads are rolling. Trust and believe that. Heads will be rolling. Everything's shut down. The United States will be over there. Everything will be over there. All sorts of support from Israel, this place, that place. Everything would come together. Everybody will be in Zanzibar. Facts. See, when it comes to us-ins, a lot of times nobody really care. But I promise you, if it was a Jewish woman that was unalive in Zanzibar, Israel would get involved, the United States would get involved, they would hunt down everybody in Zanzibar. They would drop bombs in Zanzibar to get justice. That's a fact. That is a fact. Do you hear any of these YouTubers talking like that? Do you hear Sheba talking like me? Do you hear this one talking like that? No, because none of them care about nothing. They don't care about the case. I'm speaking facts because what I'm trying to show is that certain people are respected and certain people are not. When it comes to us, a lot of times they just don't care. Black man die, who care? Black woman dies, who care? White woman die, wait a minute. Jewish woman get killed? Oh no, we gotta solve this problem. You know? Asian man get killed? That must have been a hate crime. If a gay man get killed, it was a hate crime. Yep. Heads gotta roll. That man, somebody killed him? Oh no, it was a hate crime. They'll hunt you down to solve that puzzle. But if one of us get caught up, nobody cares. Nobody cares, man. Remember what happened to Sandra Bland? Remember what happened to her? Did they care? Remember what happened to the other black woman that told the police officer, I rebuke that in Jesus' name? What did the white cop do? Shoot her in the face and killed her. He feared for his life because a black woman said, I rebuke that in Jesus' name. He was like, rebuke what? Rebuke what? The demon came out of him and he shot that woman and killed her in cold blood. You see? Come on now. This is crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. It's like they feel comfortable getting away with these type of crimes when it comes to us, man. This is why when these crime stories happen, we got to take these things serious and stop looking at this as some sort of entertainment when this woman is dead and people getting rich. YouTubers are making money. The family is making money. They planning on burying her on the 5th or 6th. And what's the point? You burying her, now what? Now what? What are we going to do now? Once you bury her, Joe is walking free. Joe is happy. Joe probably paid the family off to put Ashlee underground quick. Remember, y'all was saying that Cardi B said she was paying for the funeral. Y'all got to stop watching these AI videos. Cardi B never said that. Why would Cardi B just pop up out of the blue? Yeah, I'm going to help with the funeral costs. Well, then who else? Then who paid for that funeral cost? Because it wasn't Cardi B. You don't see the family of Ashlee thanking Cardi B for paying for a funeral. Stop listening to fake videos, y'all. Ringo TV is the only YouTube channel that is sincere about the Ashlee Jenae case. You know what I just realized yesterday, guys? My apologies, man. I was spelling Ashlee Jenae's name wrong the whole time, fam. I don't know what it is. You know, like when you type in on your phone and it switches words and switches letters. I was typing the whole damn thing wrong the whole time, fam. I literally correct all the titles on all my videos, but now I got to go back and correct the spelling on Jenae in my thumbnails now. I couldn't even believe that, you know? No, what I got wrong was not Ashlee, it was Jenae. I was spelling it Jaanae when it's Jenae. So it's like I don't know if there's a way to turn that off. I mean, you don't want to turn it off because autocorrect helps you a lot, but it's like all my videos were spelt wrong. So that can also affect my my reach in terms of people searching for the videos. But sometimes the algorithm will give people the videos even if it's spelt wrong. But I found out. But it is what it is. Let's get back to the content, guys. Hit the like button. If you're new, subscribe to the channel. Let's go.
Trying to do one or two things before they go over there. They are being advised not to. I do not know what's going on behind the scenes, but this is the reason why somebody should be over there. I said it before.
Listen, don't trust this woman. This woman know what goes on in Africa. She's the same one who said that the family of Ashlee have to bribe the people in order to get what they want. Let me see if I can pull back up that video. Let me see. Is this it? I think this is it. Yeah. Watch this, guys. Because some of you that are viewing, you may not have heard this. Fumi, right? Not these people here, but Fumi, the YouTuber, said that Ashlee Jenae's family need to take the GoFundMe money and get as much money as they can because they're going to need all the money to bribe the people in Africa in order to get what they want. Do you see that? Because we know the United States didn't get the body back. So that means Ashlee and them may have had to bribe the people in Zanzibar to give them the body. Listen to this.
Member, most especially a child. But in another country, it means that the family have to leave their jobs and take care of this. There's going to be financial restraints. They have to travel to a country that they've never been before.
They never traveled, though. So you're lying. Their family never traveled to Zanzibar.
Have to make arrangements for their daughter to come back home. And because they're going to a foreign country, because they're going to Africa, they're going to have money to bribe. 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 I'm just letting you, the family, know now. I'm an African as well as American living in Europe. I've traveled around these streets and
she's not American. She's African, right? She know that in Africa, in order for you to get what you want, you have to have money, you have to bribe people. So if that's the case, how do we trust that they're telling us the truth about Ashlee? How do we know they're telling the truth? Think about that, guys. If you gotta bribe them, how do we know they're telling us the truth about the whole story? I know they're not. That's why I told you guys. The entire story. Watch this, guys. Listen to me. Because I know all of these YouTubers are copying me. So let me publicly say this so you guys can timestamp this. The entire Ashlee Jenae story that was put out by Zanzibar is a lie. Did you get that? Let's see who's going to copy that now. The entire story is a lie. Everything. Not one part, not a little bit. All of it is a lie. Joe was always in the room with Ashlee. There was a disturbance. But guess what? That disturbance was pretty much, hold on. I forgot to put my phone to charge. Give me a minute. Let me plug it in. Are we still here? Are we still here? Put a 1. Put a 1, guys. Let me know we're still here. Let me know we're still here. Put a 1 in the chat. Let me know we're still here. Let me know, let me know, let me know. Are we still here? Can you see me? Is the video good? Are we good? Let me know. Okay, so we good? All right. I forgot my phone wasn't charging, but I put the charger back. But let me see what I was saying. So now, kind of lost where I was before getting distracted by the phone. Let me rewind this back a little bit. Hear what she had to say.
Living in Europe, I've traveled around these streets, and I just want to give you a heads up.
So she want to give the family a heads up in regards to what they're going to need going to Africa. That they're going to have money to bribe people. Guys, once you have to bribe anybody, that is not cool. We all know bribing people is wrong, right? So if you got to bribe somebody to get answers about your daughter, how do you know the answers they give you is accurate? You don't know. I can ask them for answers on what to do and what happened, and they could take my money and lie to me again. How do you trust people that accept bribes? That's like there's no honor with thieves. A thief will steal from you. If I'm a thief and she's a thief, there's no honor between us. I'll rob her just as much as she'll rob me. You see what I'm saying? That's how you got to see this.
You might think that this is enough money. It's not enough money. You want to get to the bottom of this because you are going to crack open a bigger case than any one of you expected. We're going to get into it further down, but I want the family to know that keep the GoFundMe going because this is going to be beyond bringing Ashlee home, beyond the flight tickets, and you might have to go back to...
But they never went back. They never even left America. They didn't go to Zanzibar. So what is she talking about?
Zanzibar, because of this case. One would have thought that if Joe McCann was such a millionaire, which he is not, he's got no money. He's lost 100 million with his crypto.
She said he lost all his money. He don't got no money. All of this stuff, guys, is nothing but lies. How could he have no money? The man have about $45 million, fam.
Business, he has no money. And while we're on it, the ring apparently was on Ashlee's finger, but double check and make sure that that ring is not fake. I would like to know personally. You would have thought that he would have been in constant contact with the family to say, don't worry about anything, I can cover it. You are my family, irrespective of what happened to Ashlee. You would have thought if he had any money, I have covered it. Take the flights. He would have even said, let's do the private plane that he was doing, the private jet and everything that he was doing with Ashlee. I extend that to...
Guys, I already told you that private jet was just for pictures. That's not a real jet. I'm just letting you guys know that's a stage.
Family. He's not extending that to the family for a whole bunch of things. He doesn't have the money, one. He's not...
How does she know how much money Joe had? I cannot stand these YouTubers always lying all day, guys. Like, seriously, they got to stop lying. Joe is a cryptocurrency guy. They're saying that he lost all these millions and millions. Based on all the information, this man have about $45 million or whatever the case is in crypto or something. I don't know. I don't really care about none of that stuff. What does that have to do with the case of Ashlee? It don't have nothing to do with the case.
Close to the family too, and he has guilt all over his face.
Well, we haven't seen his face, so we cannot say he had guilt all over his face. These are the lies that is annoying me. They're saying guilt on his face. We haven't even seen Joe yet. Joe have not even made a public appearance yet, guys. Since Ashlee passed away, was murdered, we haven't seen Joe. Do Joe even exist? That's a whole nother thing. Do Joe even exist? Uh-oh. I better not hear none of you YouTubers talk about that. Do Joe even exist? Because this don't even seem normal. A woman was murdered. She's dead, and we don't even know nothing about this guy. He's gone. He vanished. He's no longer on the planet Earth. Where is he? I never seen nothing like this where somebody end up dead and you don't even hear from the person. And this person was someone they said proposed to her. But if he had love for her, where is he? Where is he? If he had love for Ashlee, where is he? This don't make sense, man.
I'm getting there. Just stay with me. He would have covered everything and said, this is where we are staying, and he would have been at the airport. He would have been at the airport to receive them. There is a wonderful woman.
Okay, let me get back to the other video. Get back to the other one.
There's nobody over in Zanzibar for Ashlee. Tanzania went up in a roof. We are here supporting her. We are this. Darling, I'm not referring to you. I am referring to somebody who can be there, get her clothes, go to the room, be a voice for the voiceless.
Why don't you go there? Why don't this African woman go to Zanzibar and go get Ashlee's belongings? Why don't she do it? I'm talking about be the voice for the voiceless. She want to act like she's the voice of the voiceless, right? That's what she's trying to do. She's talking about somebody need to be there, but yet she's not doing anything. I can guarantee you this woman didn't do nothing for Ashlee's family. She didn't send not $1. Nothing. Let's go.
And that's Ashlee. Because this right here is a hot smoking mess. Because she's going to be laid to rest next week. Then what? And it is a public sighting, which for me, if you want it to be private, keep it private. Me personally, with everything that's going on.
Oh, so it's tomorrow. Well, today. So the service is, the viewing is on today. The viewing is on today. It says Monday, May 4th and Tuesday, May 5th. Okay. And service May 5th at 11 a.m. All right. Yeah. I might have to do a separate video about this because this is what I don't like. And don't get mad, but I got to say it. I got to be honest. What I don't like, ladies and gentlemen, is anytime somebody die, we put them by pearly gates and we make it seem like they just went to heaven. We got to stop doing that. Seriously. You don't know anybody's faith. You don't know what they believe. You don't know where they at. You don't know where they at. I don't do that type of stuff. I don't do that. You can have all the faith you want. But when someone die, we need to stop doing this. Acting like their pearly gates are open and they're in heaven. When you study the Bible says in the book of Revelations that those that kept the commandments of God, they will have right to the tree and enter in through the gates. So if a person didn't obey them scriptures, they're not going to no kingdom. You know? If a person is not living according to them scriptures, they ain't going nowhere. You know? A lot of times at funerals, you got these false pastors. They're always making it seem like everybody's in heaven. And nobody's in heaven. Not one person is in heaven right now, according to the Bible. You know why? The dead in Christ haven't rose yet. I don't know why everybody keep acting like people going to heaven. Nobody's in heaven. Y'all got to stop doing that, man. Like, for real, for real.
To have a private going home. That's all I have to say for now, my darlings. Like I said, I am staying on this. I will try my best to get justice for this child.
She ain't getting no justice for this child. You understand? You know why? Because Fumi is African and she's not connecting the family with nobody in Africa to help them get their daughter's cell phone. Do you see my point? If there's anybody that should know how to get down in Africa, it would be her because she's African. But she's not doing nothing to help Ashlee's family. She's not in communication with Ashlee's family. You know why? She just wants money. That's it. That's all she wants is money. That's it.
Don't forget to like, to subscribe, hit the notification button, and I'll see you what? I'll see you sooner than later.
So she'll be back again with another video talking about Ashlee Jenae with another update on more garbage. You know, this is what they do, guys. They're not really trying to bring justice to Ashlee. They're not. They're just trying to get as much views and clicks to earn that dollar until they milk the cow till there's no more milk. Once Ashlee go in underground, if the family ain't pursuing this, guys, the case is done. It's a done deal, man. Done deal. And it's because a lot of the issues that we're having with this case is all the lies that have been put out, fam. It's too many lies right now. It's so many lies. And it's just sad, man. Absolutely sad. And the last video that I did, where I called out Fumi in that video, a lot of y'all was hating on me, talking about, oh, you know, Fumi never lied. She's telling the truth about how it goes on in Africa. I never said that she was lying about people accepting bribes. Y'all got to stop having selective hearing and hearing what y'all want to hear. What I'm talking about her lying is promoting frauds, promoting people that are making up fake stories, talking about Joe this and Joe that, and Ashlee was there, and Ashlee was in that room, and Ashlee was here in room 17, all this other junk, and just spreading a bunch of lies that they got from psychics. All of that is lies. I never said that it's a lie that they bribe people in Africa. I never said that. So I don't appreciate when folks have selective hearing and they hear what they want. And I think that a lot of you folks that are doing that, I think you're paid agents, NPCs, who are just there to spam my chat with a bunch of lies to distract the viewers into thinking that I was saying that Fumi is a liar when talking about accepting bribes in Africa. I never said that. Matter of fact, if you're African and you're proud that in your country they accept bribes, that should be something you should be ashamed of. That should be something you should be embarrassed of, that an American can't even get justice because in your land, y'all not even willing to tell nobody the truth unless they got money to spend. That's some sick shit right there. To know that if I wanted to visit Africa and something happened to me or my family can't even get a fair shake because your people are going to basically say, nah, we ain't going to give you nothing. You got to give us some money. That's crazy. I would never visit over there, fam. That's a fact. Never. And I keep telling you ladies, stop going overseas to all these places that don't got no love for you. Because if the people over there had love for the truth, you wouldn't need to bribe them to get answers. If I got to bribe somebody to get me some answers, fam, that means there's no loyalty with your people. Call it what you want. Say what you want to. I would be embarrassed to know that if something happened to somebody, they got to bribe your people to get to the point, to get the answers. That's crazy. That should make you be concerned. If you're a person who is African, Nigerian, Kenyan, whatever your group is, anybody that live out there in Zanzibar, if you are a native of Zanzibar and you have an American woman who was unalive out there, and this woman is African and she's telling us that you need money to bribe people over there to get what you want, that should never make you proud. You should be embarrassed about that. You know, that should make you embarrassed. I would be embarrassed to know that Americans are visiting and getting unalive, and in order for them to seek justice, they got to bribe people. That's crazy, man. I wouldn't even go. I would never go to Zanzibar. I don't trust nothing over there. As far as I'm concerned, Ashlee was set up for them organs, just like I told y'all. And you're going to see a lot of these YouTubers trying to spin that narrative that I've been told you guys, that she went down there And because here's the thing. Watch this. Watch this. They said she went to 2 hospitals. What's the point of going to 2 hospitals? To get them organs. To get the organs, y'all. That's why. One hospital couldn't do one thing, but the other hospital, that's what they need. In other words, you go to one hospital to drop off one thing, you go to the other hospital to drop off the other. As quickly as possible. Sweep, sweep, sweep. I remember there was this movie back in the day. I forgot the exact name of it, but there was a movie back in the day that anytime somebody would die, they would gather their body quickly and get the organs. I forgot the name of that movie, man. It was a movie where people needed organs. And anytime somebody died, it's like the coroner, the police, and all these other high people in the government would get it on their radios that somebody died at such and such Westchester Street, whatever, whatever. And they would send their army or whoever, and they'll gather the body up, take it to the wherever, crack that bad boy open, get the organs, do what they got to do, close it back up, and then send the body to the main hospital so it could look like the body already went to the hospital. But really, the body went to the chop shop first. I'm dropping some heavy, heavy game on y'all, bro. Heavy. And this is why these YouTubers are always stealing, because a lot of times the way these narratives are spun, Ashlee could have been taken from the hotel to the chop shop, and then from the chop shop to the hospital so they could get them organs, man. Seriously, man. Because it's a delicate process when removing organs. You just can't do it in 1 minute. It takes a while. It's no different than doing a repair on your car. Doing repairs on your car is the equivalent of taking organs out of the body. You got to be very delicate. Nobody just goes under the hood of a car and just starts zip zapping and zip zapping. No, it takes time. You got to take your time. You got to put all the nuts and bolts in the right place, get the spark plug, do this, make sure you put the right amount of transmission fluid. You got to put the oil over here. You got to put this over here. You got to check the serpentine belt. You got to do this with the pulleys. You got to take this out and move this over here. It's a lot of stuff you got to do, you know? And you got to be very delicate with a car because you got a lot of fuses. You got a lot of things that can be short circuited. You could short circuit the whole computer and it could cost you thousands of dollars. Thousands of dollars. You make that positive and that negative, touch something in the car and zap your whole computer, zap the whole car out. Everything done. Now you're stuck. All the fuses. Now you got to go get the multimedia thing and put that on the car and start testing everything out to see what's working, what's not. Now you got to call the technician in. They got to get the tow truck because you don't know how to fix your car now. Now it's going to cost you $3,000 to get it fixed. And all you had to do is just change the battery, but you knocked out the whole system. So yeah, you're going to see a lot of content creators spinning the narrative that I put out there about the harvesting of the organs. You're going to see a lot of them doing that, guys. So if you're viewing right now and you see anybody talking about, is Ashlee organs right? Did they tamper with it? Did they touch it? I think that they probably sold her organs on the black market, on the black web, on the dark web. When you start hearing all of that stuff, guys, that's coming from me. They're copying everything that I already done told you guys, man. And the thing is, this is not the first time I said this. I said this from the beginning of the case. From the beginning of the case, I said that they took her organs. From the beginning, I told you this. You know? It's just sad, man, that a black woman can't get her justice, man. It's just sad. And I'm really holding the parents accountable for this, man. A lot of y'all rock with the parents. Y'all giving them the benefit of the doubt. I'm not. I'm not giving the family a benefit of the doubt. I think that they're in on this case, man. I think that we're working with Joe behind the scenes, and it is what it is. Watch this, fam. For all we know, Joe probably communicating with them right now, paid for the funeral. You might see him pull up at the funeral. You never know. You never know, man. You never know. Money, bro. People change for money, bro. Some people will give up their religion for money, give up their family members for some money. You know? It's just sad. A black woman can't travel, man. It's like if you're a sister and you travel overseas, whatever you do, don't die. Don't die. Because if you die, they're going to cover it up. They're going to cover it up. If you travel abroad, just don't die. Because if you do, they're going to cover it up. They're going to say you took your life, or they're going to say you overdosed, OD'd on something. This is how they spin the narratives overseas. It's always you overdose or you took your life, right? One of them things. And normally when they say that, it's so that they can get the organs. Remember, you overseas. Once they pronounce that you died, those organs are gone. I'm telling you, man, they taking them bad boys. They taking them bad boys. Think about how many people out there need body parts, kidneys, liver, this, that, all sorts of transfusions and all this mess. They need all sorts of stuff. So once they see you, they're gonna take those parts. That's right. Sick, man. Just imagine the nightmare that Ashlee been through. That's the part that a lot of viewers have to really think about. Just look at how this Ashlee case is being handled by the family. They're not doing nothing. Zanzibar is not doing nothing. YouTubers are exploiting Ashlee's death. They're profiting. They're spreading lies, misinformation. All of it is for money. Think about how Ashlee must have felt right before dying. Like, dang, this is really happening to me. Nobody's here to save me. I'm far away from home. The man that she thought loved her didn't love her. Absolutely sick. Absolutely sick. And that man didn't give a public statement. That man is nowhere to be found. And you know, I don't think that Joe is in the United States. He can't be. He got to still be overseas, because you're going to tell me nobody in the United States contacted this man yet? Nobody. Nobody. Nobody got a hold of where Joe is. Nobody don't know where he live. When I tell you this man got power. He got to have power, fam. When you're that hitting and nobody knows where you are, that means that you got power. You got deep pockets where you're able to pay for something and get what you need. You know? You said Joe probably changed his cell phone number. Yeah, most likely. Yeah, that's definite. You're going to change that number. He's definitely going to change the phone number, because he most likely got a bunch of calls already. And he don't want the family to call him no more. So, yeah, definitely change that number. You know? But anyway, guys, I'm going to get up on out of here. Get me something to eat. Got a long day tomorrow. Got a lot of work to do. A lot of work. I was planting some plants earlier. Man, stuff is some work, man. You know how when you plant some foundational plants in front of the house, some shrubs and hedges and stuff like that, I had planted a new one because two of the old ones, it's like it must have died or whatever the case is. And thought it was going to be this simple, easy task, just 1, 2, 3. Man, digging up all of that mess, bro. It's like, it was just a lot of damn digging, man, because you have to dig out an entire space for the new plant to go into. And the thing is, I know why it died. The first one is because it was buried in clay. Because they have different types of dirt. You got clay. It's like just muddy and just. I mean, you can have grass and stuff that might grow on it, but it's not good for those type of plants. It's not good. You need some real good soil. Real good soil. You got people. You got like it was sandy and clayish, and it's just like muddy and nasty. How in the world are these roots supposed to thrive? It's not going to thrive. So I had to literally dig at least like 1 foot down, and like 1 foot down, and I made it about 2 feet wide. So think about a 2 foot circle was what I did. A 2 foot circle, and down about 1 foot, 1 foot and a half. Because like I did it deep because you want the roots to grow down and really connect to the ground. And these roots be very, very thick. Very, very thick. Any of you that ever removed hedges, scrubs, and stuff like that, those roots are like human bones. Like seriously. I'm talking about these roots are crazy. And yeah, those roots be large as hell. Sometimes you have to fight the damn thing to get it out the ground. But I'm gonna get up on out of here, guys. Do what I gotta do. And yeah, definitely I gotta head on out to Lowe's. I gotta get out of here at about 5:30 to head there to get there for about 6 and get some more soil. I thought I bought enough soil, but it's not enough. I'm gonna need probably about 2 more bags to really do it a good job. But with the way I set it up now, it's gonna look nice. It's gonna grow. I forgot exactly what I bought. I bought something. Well, I can't even show you because it'll be in reverse. But I bought 3 different plants and whatnot. I have the names of it on the card. They look pretty decent. I just wanted something for the front so it can make it colorful and whatnot. But let me see. Da, 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 da. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, after you guys, after I get off the stream, guys, leave a comment, leave some messages in the comment section, guys. Hype the video, hit the like button, share the videos, share it on Facebook, tell all your friends. I'm gonna make a playlist with all the videos so that if you want to watch from the beginning video all the way to the video we're up to right now, you're able to get that information. I don't know, guys. We're gonna see what the family do. I'm not even following the family's Instagram page. I don't know what's going on their Instagram page. I don't have a clue what's going on the family's Instagram page. I don't even know what they're doing because the father had his page on private. And normally when you put your page on private, I can't rock with that because now you're monitoring who sends you a friend request. So that I don't rock with that. If you know your daughter died and you know people are looking for information and you have your page on private, that means you hiding something. So I'm not following the father's page to know what's going on. Some of y'all probably following their page and probably wondering how come Ringo didn't talk about this or talking about that as well, because I'm not following his page. If you got some info, you send it to me, but I'm not following their pages. I'm not. I just use my own brain to do my content. I'm looking at the mainstream media, seeing what they say. I don't see the family doing any work. None. They not fighting for their daughter's justice, man. It's sad. So I'll catch you guys on the next episodes. We'll do what we got to do. It's just crazy, man. Absolutely sad. Yeah, the father is weak. I don't know what the hell is wrong with him, man. It's like something wrong with him. Absolutely something wrong with the father, man. I never seen a man that's not fighting for his baby girl. That don't make no sense. Like, he supposed to be going to town for his daughter, and that's most likely his eldest daughter. So it's like, bro, you ain't even fighting for her? Something wrong with him. So guys, appreciate y'all stopping by. If you're out on a 9-to-5 grind, be safe out there. Shout out to all my truckers on the road. Shout out to everybody that's on the 9-to-5, anybody doing gig work, anybody in the streets doing your thing. Be safe out there. Know who's in your circle. Ladies, protect yourselves. Stop traveling overseas and going to places where you don't have no protection or safety. You need to make sure that when you travel to places that have connections with the United States via treaties and various other protections, so that if something went down and you're an American, you get top treatment. Because a lot of these places where Americans go, you get in trouble, you get sick, you die, you don't have proper medication, you don't got what you need, you're done. They're not going to show you no love. You're going to realize that nobody cared for you and you're all alone and nobody from America can save you. That got to be a horrible feeling to know that you're overseas, stranded, sick, wounded, or possibly somebody in your family died and you're not getting no help and you don't even speak the language. That's a nightmare. That's a nightmare. So guys, I'm out. Y'all take care. Peace and blessings to the mods in the chat. Caramel, Kimmy, Kim. Appreciate you stopping by. Forever Studios. I'm not sure if I think I seen Forever Studios earlier. I think I did. Maybe I'm bugging out. Shout out to Zandra. I know I seen you earlier as well. Shout out to all of the new subscribers. Those of you that support. If you would like to support my show, guys, if you feel I'm doing a great job, you like my work, you want to contribute to the work that I do, you can do so via Cash App, $Ringo TV Raw. That's $Ringo TV Raw. That's the Cash App right there. $Ringo TV Raw if you want to support the show. If you don't have a Cash App, you want to do so via PayPal. Look in the video description. I have a PayPal there where you can support the show and contribute to the work that we do over here. You guys keep the lights on over here, right? If the folks don't support, I won't have no lights on. So I'll have to be in the dark doing content. But nonetheless, guys, I appreciate everybody who subscribed. Those of you who support the shows. We'll catch you in the next episode, guys. Justice for Ashlee. I really wish that the family did more, guys, because the work that we do over here is really, really, truly to provide support for Ashlee and her case. I'm not like these other YouTubers that spent all their time bashing this woman all day. We've been fair. We've been balanced. We've been giving you guys nothing but accurate information. And for some reason, a lot of grifters are on YouTube manipulating information, stealing information, and then not focused on solving the case. And that is troubling to me. It is troubling to me. And to see there's no urgency from Ashlee's parents. Nobody. And why is it that the only family we see from Ashlee is just her mom and dad? That's all we see. No cousins, no relatives, nobody's talking. That's sad. That means Ashlee was alone. That means Ashlee had no real family to talk to. This is why I told you guys, Ashlee was never really as cool with her family the way y'all think. Just look at it. She's dead. And nobody in her immediate family is talking. None. I'm out, y'all. Take care. Peace and blessings.